All right, all right, all right. Whew. We made it. We made it. What a day. What a day. Why is it so late? How we all doing tonight? On this beautiful Tipsy Tour Tuesday. What's up, 117? How we doing? Matt, welcome in, welcome in. Darkest, NATO, Knife. Say that again, Tipsy Tour Tuesday. Yes, that is, you did hear that right. It's been a long day. What's up, Mateo? Welcome in. Yes, long story short, over the past couple days, I moved about 3 to 4 yards of mulch, and then another 1 to 2 yards of river rock into my yard, and I'm dead, so I needed a drink tonight. Don't ask me twice. Yeah. So yeah, I needed a drink, and 1 drink turned into 2, and now 2's turning into 3, and we're on Tipsy Tour Tuesday at this point. Shenanigans will be happening, and we got some great bases tonight that I'm very excited to show off. I'm scared. I'm scared at some of these bases. Have a reason why you don't stream on TikTok? I stream on YouTube and Twitch, and I honestly have no clue how to add a 3rd stream in. I don't know if my computer could handle it. I don't know if that's not a problem. I'm not sure. It could be a good thing. I don't know if we could handle it. Chip can hook you up on OBS, like to set it up. Twitch is too buggy for you? Oh no. I mean, if we can make it work, I'm not opposed. I've just like, I don't make enough short form content at this point in time to warrant putting effort into my TikTok. I have a TikTok. I've done some videos. We're like TimberBuilds grounded or something, I want to say. Something like that. I wish I remembered it. I use it so rarely now.
Name something you might like to have 2 of on your bed.
Stop it. Yeah. If you're curious, I only have a couple videos, but this is what I am on TikTok. We have a couple cool videos, mostly like base tour things and like shorts. I should probably post my shorts there though. That would be intelligent, but I'm lazy. Twitch is okay. You like TikTok better? I'm here because it's you. Well, thank you, Lone Wolf. I appreciate that. It's good to know. I just kind of assumed that a lot of people move to YouTube Shorts and stuff, so YouTube and Twitch were just the way to go. I technically can do a vertical canvas with, I use Atom multi-stream. So technically I could add a vertical canvas. It's just work, just effort, and I'm lazy. Rock Me, I have not had a chance yet. I was hoping to do that today, like after stream, or after stream or tomorrow if I have a chance. It's been a busy day. I barely made it. Too many ads because I'm not spending money on Twitch or YouTube. I can't blame you. I can't blame you. I get that. I get that. Laziness will get you every time it will. What's up, Alfredo? How's it going? Ladies. About missing most of Friday, I started the party early and hung out with a buddy. Subnautica 2 was great. So we will be playing Subnautica 2 tomorrow and Friday. If you were gonna miss a night of Subnautica 2, we did just the beginning. Like, there's so much you have to scan, there's so much you have to craft. So tomorrow, we're gonna be getting into like the real Subnautica 2. I got through a lot of the mundane. Go scan all the starter items. Go build the basic things. Get your oxygen figured out. That sort of randomness. So tomorrow and Friday will be good days to check in on Subnautica 2. But it was really fun. I'm really, really, really excited about it. I'm worth every ad I encounter. Well, thank you. Thank you. Trying to finish it, but it's slow with the leg. Yeah. Dude, rock me. If you didn't... I thought you were here, but if you didn't see Chap Space, dude, the leg is real. That was so rough. Jack and Cokes, ship. Jack and Cokes. As we always do. Went and picked up some Papa Murphy's and was like, well, I could get some Coke because I got lots of Jack left. And that's what we did. Slowly, is it slowly going to take over the channel, at least until summer update? It'll be a mix. I think I need a little bit of a break from Grounded. I think that we're going to play Subnautica until we can build. We can do a little bit of building, so maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Realistically, like, we'll see how Tour Tuesdays go, if we have enough bases to do tours. If not, we'll play more Subnautica. There's not a ton of content, let's be honest, in Subnautica 2. It feels really good. It's at a fun place. It's a very, very playable place, but it's not like there's Grounded 2 levels of content yet. Like, it's the first early access release. So we're going to play some fun things. We're going to have some fun with Subnautica 2 for a handful of streams. Try to build a cool little base, and then we'll sort of swap between the two in between updates. But it will not dominate because we have a ton of work to do in this space. So, and I am very much enjoying Grounded 2 still. I think Subnautica 2 is going to have exponentially less base building opportunity. It's going to be fun, but I don't think there's like this level of base building yet. So, we'll switch it up. We'll switch it up. You didn't miss anything, Lone Wolf. No worries. I was about to say, as if Timber drinks anything else on stream. Yeah, that's all we drink. That's all I drink in general. Going to have a drink pool. I can't leave you hanging. I'm grabbing a beer. Well, let's go. I thought you would enjoy it. I thought you would enjoy it. My back is so toast, though. I was like, I need a drink. I'm so tired. Just shoveling rock from the back of my dad's truck into a wheelbarrow, moving it across the yard, dumping it, going back, shoveling it. It was just like an hour and a half, 2 hours of just pain. And then I did mulch the other day as well, and that might have been worse. What's up, D-Guns? Welcome in. What's been punishing me away because I have so much more planned and it's barely handling what I got. You'll get there. You'll get there, Rock Me. Optimization will happen. The struggle with Grounded and early access in general is always just... Unfortunately, they're optimizing a game that's constantly changing. So, it'll get there. It'll get there, I promise. I have full confidence in the devs that it will get there. Who we starting with? That's a good question. Maybe I should open my base tour list. Bear with me. I still have a little bit of a cough. Your base spread, so does the leg. Yeah. I mean, I've been pretty surprised. We've done good. This base is not... My leg is like non-existent. We've done good. Best thing for the sore body is a protein drink and a hot bath / rest, but that's me. You're not wrong. That's the intelligent decision, Lone Wolf. But Jack and Coke does the trick. And I'm sitting on a heating pad right now. I don't have a hot bath, My bath is the size of a bath for a 3-year-old, so baths are not an option. So I got a hot shower and a heating pad, and that'll do it. And some pizza. Have an idea for this main hall of your base. You could build a staircase directly onto the spotlight. It could be one of those round stairs, you know? I mean, we already have these massive stairs, though. You could do round stairs here, but at this point, I mean, we have these big old grand staircases, so more stairs would be a little overkill, I think. Welcome in, Art, by the way. Hope you're doing good. Not saying that anything here is fully set in stone by any means. Anything could change at any time, but we just built these epic staircases. I'm an anomaly? Maybe. I have that secret dev link. Scotch. We don't do intelligence around here? Exactly. Pushing a Subnautica 2 to its limits already? Dude, I'm so excited. I'm very excited. We have Mad Master Player Luke first up. Find their base. You don't drink? Well, Lone Wolf, that's the smart decision. I also had a dentist appointment today, and they just scraped my teeth to death, and I'm like, I'm over it. My mouth hurts. My body hurts. I got another dentist appointment tomorrow to fix the filling that fell out and figure out what my other tooth's doing. It's rough times. Rough times. What's up, Smokin'? Welcome in. In the old days, I could pour them down with the best of them. That's what we like to hear. Creatine is really good, and it's neutropenic. I do take creatine. Actually, I did take creatine, but my ADHD habits are bad right now, so I haven't taken creatine because I just forget that it's in the cabinet downstairs. But I have creatine. I was really good at taking it. It's a good pain reliever, yeah. And it's a good time, right? It's a good time. Holy bridges. Good times only. How did they do this? How did they get the time to do this? That's what I mean. Yeah. It is good. I do really like creatine. I've been really annoyed that I keep forgetting about it. Okay, let me double check what we got going. Okay. Come on, computer. Do what I tell you to do. Lude, I missed you. I know. We all miss Lude. He's here for now. We are probably getting to Lude's base tonight. We have a couple bases that are in the PTB that we won't be able to get to. I don't know if one other person shared theirs or not, but we may get to Lude's base. Focus bridges, you can't look away while running on them. Yeah, you'll die. Lude's base is crazy, off-grids, and then there's some other ones that we haven't really seen that are going to be fun. But probably be passed out. Yeah, yours will be like last, unfortunately, Lude. Unfortunately. But oh man. This cough just will not leave. All right. First up for the night, Mad Master Player Luke or Luck. Have this base, it's kind of everywhere. Technically on Axel's terrarium, which I actually thought about building a base in the beginning. But should be a good one. Got one to share next time? Let's go. Shoot me a DM on Discord. Tell me where Caden's is, because I'm really tired tonight. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Yours is next. Yours is after this one. So, let's get into it. One, holy bridges. Dude, this is nuts. Is this... Yeah, this is survival. It's a lot of bridges to build in survival. Holy cow. I guess multiplayer, technically. That might help a little bit. I've been drinking, so you're out? Alright, alright. Me too. So many things. We might ADHD hard tonight. We'll see. This is a lot of bridges, though. Holy cow. I'm always amazed at how everyone builds these bridges. This is exhausting. I know my bases are big, but like building up towers and stuff to build bridges all over the map like this, actually low-key crazy. Efficiency though, right? You need multiplayer, you need hope collecting, right? Don't we all? I seem to do all right though. If I can do it, you can do it. Currently watching at work, so might not be able to spawn whenever your base gets shown. Which one is yours, Matt? There's so many names. What is your Xbox name? Ain't no might, you definitely ADHD. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never done such a thing. Okay, Days. If I'm not mistaken, you're currently on the PTB, Matt. So I can't view your base until the PTB goes live. Okay. Got their mushroom farms. I like how you made these like pods. These are cool. Very nice. These massive cones to hold everything. The effort to build up this high is always crazy. Some pumpkin. Technically there is a new PTB, but it is only, it's just buggy racing. So it's not like, it's not anything crazy. Like fall off the edge, it's possible. It's always possible. Especially because we might have had a drink or two already. Roger that. Sorry, Matt. I know. There's a couple people. There's a few people that had that problem, sadly. I want to fall down here. I don't want to die, though. Okay, there was a pad. We're good. I was like, did they plan that out or not? Won't get the ants won't get the pumpkin. True. That is a good plan. Nice little bounce web elevator. Nice easy way down. Let's get into it. So we are building, interesting, like starts here, but then it's around the tree. Like a channel in Discord that says how to share worlds with you and say that you don't join the PTB. I mean, could be. Let's see what we got here. This will be a short PTB though. I'm not too worried about it. So it looks like there's some stuff. Okay, there's stairs there. Got to set up for some serious expansion here. Pillars and heights of everything from outside reminds you of cyberpunk style brutalism. Interesting. Timber's not even here tonight, and I'm already getting dog hair in my mouth. Sure if you're going to be able to make it to the next build. I have to slap myself to stay awake. No worries. The VOD will be live on our channel. So you will be able to check it out after stream for any suggestions or anything. This is a large base, but there's not like a ton to look through. I'm not yet, so we could get through this one fairly quick. I still haven't played Cyberpunk. Still have not played. I don't know why, because they function exactly the same, but I just, something about Pinecone spiral staircases is just better. It makes me not hate spiral staircases as much. Had a quarter timber wolf dog, named him Timber. Nice. Great name. Great name. Okay, got the inside of the base. Nice little water tower setup. Love Cyberpunk. The anime was also good. Nice. This little dining room like this. You have the same leaking problem that my base has. Water droplets everywhere. They're impossible to get rid of. Ion Life 2, that's a great game too. Got some like armor stands, armor dummies here hanging out, chatting. Grand home base. You guys got some serious room in here. This is way bigger than it looked like. Wait. Okay. Turned around, it's so big. Like pallet storage and stuff. This little chest storage area, cooking kitchen area. How is that doing? Interesting. Nice little ceiling area as well. I love these things. They're so cool. Aw, this is what I needed, guys. This is exactly what I needed right now. After a long day. Peace. Fill this space up with rooms and details, the possibilities. Yeah, it definitely has a lot of possibilities so far. As many bases are, work in progress. Got all your spinners and stuff. Angled walls. Keep throwing my brain off. Okay. Is there anywhere to get up? Is there like another level or anything? Yes. See, don't these just feel better? I don't know why. They just do. Nice little master bedroom suite area with all your personal stuff. Love it. Little seating areas. I definitely think it's a great start. It is a great start to a base. I think as 117 said, the devil's in the details, you know? A lot of this comes out to, like, it's in progress. I think it's a great start. I think there's a lot of potential with it, though. I'm interested to see where it all ends up. Just trying to make sure we didn't miss anything major before we get attacked. But to give ideas, so first impressions. I think there's a lot of potential with the base. I like that you started big and you've allowed yourself to grow into the space, which is always awesome. I often find that people start a little too small for their own good. Not that everything has to be a mega base by any means. It just oftentimes, if you start too small, it's much more difficult to improve and build upon a base, especially in early access when we're just constantly getting new stuff. new items, new pieces. You never quite know what you're going to need. So I appreciate that you've started big. And especially on a multiplayer world, I find that is also something that you have to think about, because you're building for more than one person. It's not just a single player base. So you need lots of space to add everyone's ideas. So you're not just kind of all fighting over space on top of each other. So I like that you started large, especially on multiplayer. So I think there's a lot of potential with the base in my like first impressions of it. The layout and interior, from what we currently see, I think it's a great start. I think more rooms, more dedicated spaces could help the space a little bit. Kind of thinking of, I like that you've started with sort of dividing the area up, hiding some of these areas where it's like you can't really build on a tree root. So that makes it more difficult. But start thinking how you can potentially divide this up more so, especially with like multiplayer and big bases. How do you build larger rooms, not just kind of small spaces with stuff in them? Dedicated rooms, that's kind of the biggest thing with like really, really big bases like this. Instead of just filling voids that are here, it's how do you think through a large interior space? Like one of the main things I did in architecture was I did tenant improvement projects. And so I took a predetermined large open space inside a building, a floor, 1 or 2 levels, and I designed it for a new tenant. And the major things you have to think through when you're doing that is you've sort of developed this large space. And now you're sort of working through the interiors of that and how you design that. You divide it up so it makes sense and it's efficient overall. I think the storage spaces and the crafting spaces all kind of work together pretty well. They're all close enough that there's nothing wrong with them. But in multiplayer and stuff, you kind of want like larger dedicated spaces in a large base like this. So thinking, all right, where does the bug museum go? Where are you going to put all of the bug mounts and the head mounts? Those can be in one kind of designated space. You don't have quite enough room in this, but you obviously have tons of space on the outside and around. As well, thinking through, instead of kind of putting things like armor dummies sort of in these like voids, when you have multiple people in a base, you want multiple armor sets. You want everyone to have access to all the armors at any given time. So how can you design an armory space around all of this and not just kind of like fill voids? There's obviously a little bit of like storytelling with like how everyone's interacting and stuff here. But something to fill some of these larger spaces is an armory, a weapon area. Like where do you go? Think in terms of like a great thing I like to think of is like a dwarven armory. If you're looking like look up reference material, can help a lot. Is like how would you lay out a dwarven armory or a medieval castle's armory space? Is that a dungeon that's like on the lower floor here with the bug mounts out around the back? Like how do you fill these large spaces and sort of design them as an integrated larger piece of the base? Because that's always a little bit more difficult to do. It's kind of hard to like fill large spaces like this. But I tend to think of like there's one living space. It sort of seems like for a multiplayer base, and this is just my take on it. It says multiplayer. I don't know if you have 1 friend, 2 friends, if 1 person joins every once in a while, whatever it may be. How do you design maybe more rooms and more spaces in these areas? How do you sort of like designate crafting spaces as a larger area? Everything's sort of like close enough that it all works together, so it's like functionally it's totally fine. But when you're working with a really large base like this, it's sort of like how do you emphasize the functional pieces into design pieces? So thinking like, is this the bug mount area? Is this like, do you put wall head mounts on all the walls here, and then the stuffed bugs sort of like designed out in these different areas? Is that maybe a different space that goes way over here? And all of this, and this whole structure sort of gets expanded around this thing. I don't have a whole lot of information to work off of, so I don't know the like long-term goal and intents of the space. but I like the start of it. It's got a great bones to the whole thing. The materials, it might be time with some of the new stuff. It's like there's little pieces of mushroom, there's little pieces of pumpkin tossed in here and there. Start thinking of like cohesively, how do these pieces start looking? Is it all exterior is pumpkin, all interior is pine? There's many different ways to think about these types of things, but that can sort of help break things up. I find like breaking up big walls, or do these need more windows? Like the roofs and this little ceiling spaces look really nice in all these. That's a great way to do it, but seeing this in some of these exterior spaces, one, would save you snake scales, and two, may help sort of fill out the space, and so there's like a greater presence of light. Although like scorpion lamps work, a lit ceiling is going to get you way more lighting way easier, and again, save you on a ton of snake scales, where you may not need to use as many. And you have a ton of vertical space, so it'd be easy to sort of think through that. I do like that you sort of thought through the verticality of these spaces, how they're sort of crafting on top of crafting, so everything's not just jammed into one space. I think that works really nice. But maybe there's ways to sort of, instead of just walling this off, similar to like the first floor of our mega tower build, how do you divide those spaces but still visually connect them so they're not just a big wall in the center of the base? You could get rid of this wall, honestly, and like kind of mess with some pine cone railings, little design pieces like that could kind of help fill out the space a little bit more, and kind of like get rid of some of these just big pine walls and stuff. But overall, thinking through, how do you divide the space up just a little bit more? How do you fill the space? Like a hot tub room is fine, but maybe there's a whole bathhouse in a big base. Like you have to think, one, like a scale larger than you currently are. Like one hot tub is fine, but how do you design an entire room for that? Similar to how you've done a space like this. Like there's a dining room, not just a bathroom sort of space for like a hot tub. And that can help with the really, really, really big bases like this looks like it's ultimately going to end up as. What's up, Bino? Welcome in. Going good. Doing good. The materials and exterior, I think this is a great opportunity. I think there's some interesting things happening with like these little pieces. Trying to come up with like a theme or a concept of how the exterior is going to look. What are you designing this around? Look at like real world buildings, real world designs, whether that's, it could be, doesn't even have to be real world. You could look on Pinterest and find AI images, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be anything specific, but is it an alien building, sort of like UFO space sort of thing? Is it just like coming up with a concept? Like, so we have Mega Tower and we're designing it off of this like cool Pinterest image I found from an artist on Pinterest. And like that can help give you some rhyme or reason to like how you detail out things like this. Like we saw a similar base to this that was the beehive, and it was really cool to see this like literal beehive, wasp hive looking base built up on a tree, and it made it look on the outside as if it was a beehive. And sort of some of those decisions can help finish off spaces like this. I like the little fins. I like the differentiation between that. The little use of the burr pieces. Those all work really well. So nothing wrong with there, but then you kind of end up with these like, one, this is so many snake scales. I don't even know how you farm this many snake scales. I'd love the back of these as well, but every material saved, if you can cover some of this with like pieces like this, that will help sort of get some of that back as well, so you're not using so many pieces for like the back of a really expensive roof material. And it also just sort of helps with decision making, dividing things up. Maybe some of these pieces come and like become a lower piece as well. I think that would be kind of nice to break up some of this, because like this level looks really nice, but now it wants this level of detail in some of these lower spaces. So that could be like windows. It all depends on sort of how you ultimately are deciding on dividing and using these spaces. Because like I've always thought, if you're going to build a big wall here, how do you sort of connect these pieces together in a larger way? How can you use some of this like empty space you're creating for efficiency wise? Because you could come in and sort of take some like some pieces like this, then remove one snake roof, save yourself some materials, and then you sort of have this like every once in a while this little like window piece that sort of like juts light out and breaks this up a little bit. Just little things to think about, ultimately not like the be-all end-all of decisions by any means, but just something I immediately notice is like, how do you ultimately use every inch of every space you're designing so it doesn't feel like materials are wasted or underutilized. So like you could make some cool window features here. You could even like, where are they? Make these as like balcony spaces or something. Like, of course, always a bit hard to tell with like, I don't necessarily know the intent behind all of this, but you could do some little pieces like this and then have some little kind of bay window design pieces, bring some light so when you're like seeing this from the outside, gives it a little bit more detail, a little more light, so it's not just like big back of roof pieces. It does still look good. It does still look good. D-Guns for sure. Gotta run. Glad to hear you're doing good. Sounds good, Bino. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing good as well. Something to think of there, even if it's like you're taking these things and like every other one. So imagine this is raised up the same way as that. So like every other one of these could be something that's sort of like fill in the gaps. So you have like staircase, and then kind of fill in these gaps with these pieces and stuff. Just to like ultimately utilize everything. Do these need maybe another level? Just to add like a little bit more detail, you put another one of those on top. Just like how to efficiently use every single piece and every single space as much as possible. Might have to go a little lower, but get the idea. I think overall that works well, though. It's a great start. It's a great start. There's just, as a base in progress, trying to think through ideas and some similar things that could be done. Again, sticking with the theme of like exterior and stuff is like, maybe think of these as larger windows. Maybe think of these as like bigger voids, or like this piece as a void. So you kind of come up and, is it like this one? Think of like how you could like build these out a little bit and create just slightly more detail and stuff. Larger windows, a little bit more custom. Tends to be something I think about in really large bases. Is the normal windows are great, but when you're building bigger and bigger, things like this, larger openings in spaces, can tend to be a lot more efficient. They can fill in the voids, they can add a lot of detail. That would be something I would think about, whether it's like moving this up and building more of these balconies. I kind of like the idea of this like balcony jutting out. Just little things like that to add more and more details. Or even if it's like this becomes like a balcony. So you kind of come in and you don't see a lot of detail on the outside here, but you have these sort of empty spaces. So is it potentially like this becomes a viewing window of some kind and you don't fill it in? And then again, same sort of concept. Take like a pine cone fence or something like that, and then utilize these to just a slightly higher degree, so every decision feels slightly more intentional. Also, like stairs and stuff like this can really help fill in these gaps, fill in these large empty spaces and stuff. And then you get more lighting, which is nice. You get more of the day lighting and stuff in this game is really great right now. It's something I really enjoy seeing. So I always love seeing at a larger scale, starting to think through, like similar how we've done the Mega Tower, is like how do you at a larger scale start creating openings and windows, and these sort of already feel like cool little bay windows, and you could even do like a balcony around the edge, sort of continuing this concept, but maybe up a level. Like you could do a walkway or a balcony all the way around. Walkway on the bottom part of that main building right under the roofs. Make it look like shops or commercial area. All the part above stays more residential. Could be cool. And then the cyberpunk city vibe. Yeah. Lots of things like that. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of options. But I always love seeing, like, how do you utilize voids like this to a larger degree? Even if it's like, you could save yourself from some materials, like build this, build a floor, build another angle, save yourself an entire one of these pieces. Like, it's a lot of snake scales, so I'm always trying to think of, like, how do you break it up a little bit? Save yourself some work. Is always nice. Structurally, the base feels good. It's tied into the tree really nicely. I like how you've built these, the effort put in to build these like massive podiums to like lift up all these bridges and stuff. Like the detail work still needs a little bit to like make these feel like more design bridges and stuff, but the effort to get these all built is time consuming, very, very time consuming. So I totally understand a never ending process of building and gathering when you're building this big. But love to see it. I'm interested to see, like, I wish I had a little bit more information of, like, where the idea was heading and what the idea behind the whole thing is, because I think there's a lot of interesting things here. Love to see maybe some of this go away and, like, use some more of those ceiling lights and stuff. Like, that would be another thing to think about. Get rid of some of this, do some skylighting and stuff. Definitely could help. One, saving snake scales again. I know I feel like a broken record, but save yourself some snake scales. Build some cool little like drop down lights, whatever it is. Drop down ceiling lights and stuff. Like, think of spaces like this. Build yourself a cool little network of skylights and stuff. Save yourself some materials and then build some nice little skylights into this space. Break things up a little bit. Could help the ultimate things. I always love seeing cool roof designs like this, so I automatically think like seeing these big open ceilings could really help with that, and it could help like break up the structure a little bit instead of feeling like big open space, which really help like build structural pieces down. And even like start connecting some of these pieces with like the triangles and stuff. Help ultimately make the structure of it feel more detailed. Naturally, that's too high, but little things like that. These could come down a level and be like a sunken one. Lots of room for growth. Lots of ideas you could continue building with. Structurally on the inside, again, that's sort of something that you could think about is how you sort of like connect these pieces. Is it like fins that sort of jut from these, so you just break up some of these smaller details? You could build something like that to kind of emphasize the structure of the whole thing. Breaks up the big roof pieces. Could tie these in as well, and then these could like tie into like every side, so you get some interesting ceiling details. Even if these become, instead of like a skylight, you put some pillars above these with similar designs as like these ceilings. Use some of the same flooring pieces underneath some columns. Like you could get some really cool lighting effects. I think would be really nice. Functionally works really great. I think, as I always think, you're at the point of the base functions. It works well. It's letting you build on a large scale. Now, how do you take function and over design it? How do you make the function kind of a larger piece of the design itself? Is something to start thinking about. So instead of just this is a space for cooking, how do you over design some of these spaces so it feels maybe more like a kitchen, similar to how like this space feels, where this sort of feels like you're walking into the beginnings of like a restaurant of some kind. You could see like a hibachi grill sort of looking thing. These things, since these things are really cool looking. Utilizing some of those armor dummies and stuff to add details, and more sitting spaces. Like, how do you fill this space with more storytelling? Can help with take the functional pieces to a higher level. The theme and content in survival, this amount of snake roofs and grounded equivalent of having marble floors. It really is. It really is. What's up, Tiny Pirate? Welcome in. Steam count is crazy. What do you mean the steam count? Massive hotel. Yeah. A hotel, more rooms. You could do multi-floors. You could build like walkways along these upper levels. There's a lot of cool things you could do with a space like this. Definitely headed in a good direction. The overall creativity, I think you have a great start. The spaces that are designed feel good. They work really well. They're efficient. But this is where I like to sort of think of, like, what is the story we're trying to tell with this space? How do these spaces ultimately have a larger conceptual idea behind them? Maybe it's like utilizing more of the tree, so you see some of the inner tree pieces designed into a little bit instead of sort of sectioning them off. The weed stem count, yeah. But what is the overall vibe? Like the storytelling behind the larger space can help with that decision-making process, because that's always one of the more difficult things with big bases is you have to have a rhyme or reason behind everything. Can really help with, is it like some people have said, like a cyberpunk vibe? Look up cyberpunk cities, whatever you're going after, it's like double, triple, quadruple down on that concept. If you have an image, a concept image, or a precedent image you're looking at for how you're designing this whole thing, double and triple down on that idea and just make every decision based off of, like, does it meet this criteria that I've started with? And that can really help sort of divide up spaces like this and ultimately push it to that next level. But overall, it's working great. It's a fun base. It's a really cool concept. The bridging and everything, like connecting to everything, is really fun. You know, like upper stories, I'd love to see more, just more of this, utilizing some of these upper spaces to the next level. Like, you've got some of the space is taken up by like pillars and stuff, so you only have so much room. But you could do rooftop decks. You could do a lot of different ideas. Wish I could show people your base. Fine, Mad. If you would like your base shown off, join our Discord. Shoot me a DM with your Xbox username, and I will get you added to the list, and we can do a base review just like this. Give you some ideas, show off what you got going. Small, big, mega, whatever it is. If you need help, finished, unfinished, we are happy to look at it. We're happy to give ideas or just look at cool bases, showing something off. You are more than welcome to join the list, and we can probably get you on for like next week, most likely. Whose base is this? This is Mad Master Player Luke, or Mad Master Player Luck. What's up, chap? Welcome in. Overall potential, I think it's great. I think there's a lot of potential. I mean, obviously, this base looks like, from the way you're designing this roof out, that it's just going to go all the way around this thing, so you have so much space. So much space to keep designing, keep adding cool spaces, bug museums, armories, bars, whatever you can come up with. And kind of your imagination is always the limitation of bases this big. And check out other base tours as well to figure out like other cool ways. I can only give so many ideas at once, is my brain's thinking through things. But always make sure you look back at other big bases like this. So you've seen a lot of cool treehouse bases, sort of bases designed very similarly to this, that you could get a lot of really cool ideas from and sort of push it all to the next level. But I think it's a great start. There's a lot of potential here. It's a very, very cool. I send you your 3/4 finished logs. Yeah. Lodge. Yeah, Toast. I have you on the list. But if you want to take another week, like, if you want to go next Tuesday, like, no rush. No rush. I want to see it, like, I'm happy to look at it 3/4 finished base. Like, I'm totally fine with that. But your lodge is freaking epic. So don't feel rushed by any means. Like, we could do it next Tuesday. We have enough bases that I think we'll have plenty of space for Tuesday. Yeah, and also for those people who are newer to the channel and haven't been a part of our Discord, we have a cool, amazing core group of builders that tend to jump into the Discords on random evenings. And some of them live stream their builds while they're building. So you can go and watch people build, ask questions. You can have people hop on your stream. You can live stream in the Discord with everyone else. So there's lots of really cool builders that are always just like, everyone's bouncing ideas off of each other, helping each other. Like, I'm not the be-all, end-all here. There are so many good builders. Like, there are people that I may be good at one specific thing. There are other builders that are really good at other things. So we all kind of like feed off of each other. And so, like, hopping on the Discord, asking questions, sending photos of your base. Like, use the Discord to your advantage. It is where I want people to go to, like, ask questions. And I'm on there all the time, but everyone else has gotten so good at asking questions and stuff that it's like there's so many resources at this point to use. Kind of stole a lot from the Japanese style build. There's a couple things differently. D-Guns, it's all sharing ideas, you know? It is all sharing ideas. There is no stealing here. We're sharing, we're helping each other, we're growing as a community, we're growing the building in this game, we're finding the flaws, we're finding the workarounds. Like, every part of this community is about helping each other, you know, get better. And everyone gets better if everyone keeps building. But I've had a lot of people talk crap about sharing ideas, and I'm like, that's the whole point. What's the point if you're not going to help each other? Never knew they were streaming on Discord? Yes, there is. There is. And I am more than happy to have you guys streaming there. Doing your thing, hanging out. You're just sharing your screen with people. So not necessarily, it's not like a stream like this where you're streaming for lots of people and it's sort of a more collaborative. Sometimes we just drink. Yeah, it's a cool chill place, make friends, hang out. There's some amazing people in this community. There's some cool ideas being shared. So it's a great place. It's a great place to hang out and get ideas. Kind of got burned out again, and I started playing something else, so it might be a while. No worries, Toast. No worries. No worries at all. Ideas you gave me for your base didn't work. I got burnt out and started playing on a modded Minecraft server. Yeah, ADHD will do that to you. Speaking of Discord, are we going to see off-grid space tonight? Yes, we are seeing off-grid space tonight, and we're going to poop our pants. We're going to poop our pants because it's ridiculous. Tried to steal ideas from off-grid and your brain melted, right? I think we all have ADHD D-Guns. I think we all do to a certain level. But yeah, we're sharing ideas. That's the ultimate goal here. There's no stealing. Me and Luderav are the perfect example of just like you see an idea and we're like, no one's built the exact same base as anyone else here. Like, I've never seen a carbon copy. Even my base build tutorials, people build drastically different things. So it's not like it's not like anyone's just like stealing an idea and using it. It's like we take an idea and we adapt it to our base, which is design in general these days. No one is 100% original anymore. Everything, this game in general, like survival, building, crafting games, they're all using ideas from other great games. Like, everything about life in this day and age is about utilizing other great concepts in your own way. Your official base will be Cyberpunk. Love to hear it, NATO. Love to hear it. Alfredo, I'm surprised you haven't ripped a pack yet. I added some just for you, since we ripped a lot Friday. What's up, Mike? Latest idea was to use the orc trap ripple effects to simulate waterfalls. That could be interesting. We've seen one waterfall base before. It was pretty cool. But it did not use the orc trap ripple effect, which I love that effect. Never used Discord, but I accept the invite and subscribe for great tips. Sounds good. Sounds good. Glad you could join us. Discord's great. I love Discord. Something I didn't really start utilizing until I started playing Grounded 1, and then sort of figured out, like, it's a great place to connect with people. It's a great place to, like, communicate over ideas, share ideas, connect with people. It's an awesome community building opportunity. All right, D-Guns, you are up next. Got D-Guns base here. So, D-Guns, are you looking, since you're here, double check. Read through your Discord DMs real fast. Are you looking for ideas and tips? Are you just wanting to show off the base? Let me know what your goal is. What are you wanting to gain from this? Both? All right, love to hear it. Someone to put my theater to shame? Exactly. That's what I love. I love putting out ideas and then having people like, oh, we're building, like, a great example. Alfredo built a cool dragon. I started building cool dragons. Luderav destroyed our dragons and built way cooler dragons. And, like, it's just, like, it shows you there's always another level. There's always something cooler. I started building off-grid. Off-grid started building off-grid and destroyed my off-grid. So it's like, that's what we're trying to do. We're all pushing each other to that next level. You have a lot of unfinished bases? No worries. Uh-oh. Okay, so D-Guns is up next. We're up here on the podium base area. Got a nice little, like, village vibe going on. His name is Off-Grid, but the funny part is he didn't build Off-Grid. It's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. It's very fitting now, but in the beginning, he didn't build off-grid at all. Hostway, welcome in. A Thief, welcome in as well. Hope you guys are doing good. Oh, let me pick up these feathers for you. Don't want to waste those. Nice little, like, lodge vibes going on. Good job with the roofing designs and stuff. Utilizing these small spaces is always nice. Feathers just spawn in your base every time? That's the dream. That's the dream, D-Guns. Things spawning in your base so you always have materials. That's the best. Loving the vibes of the Japanese style architecture as well. We've seen some really cool Japanese bases, so I love seeing more of these. I think it's a really underutilized design. It's lovely, yeah. Love it. You like using ladders as window design? Yeah, they look really nice. It's one of those ways. It just, the little details, they really, really, really add up. They make a big, big difference. Your, like, buggy barn design here. Is off-grid referring to the lifestyle? It is a lifestyle. It is. I can definitely see the ideas you utilized from the I want to say it was... Oh, it's going to drive me nuts that I'm not remembering the name. What is it? Ace? Niles. Niles base. I love the callback. The inspiration from other people. Yeah, Niles, exactly. Very similar, but unique at the same time. It's its own take on a similar concept, and Niles base is ridiculous, and I don't even know how you'd start to begin to copy that base. So a lot of inspiration because never thought I was gonna be on here. No, it's awesome. Inspiration is great. That's why we do this. That is 100% why we do this, is so we all can build cool bases. It isn't about being like one base is better than the other by any means. Or that utilizing someone else's designs. Like, as a builder, there is nothing more flattering than someone seeing your base and utilizing those concepts. Hostway with the gifted subs. Holy cow. Thank you, man. Wait a second. How many subs was that? 12? 11? 10? Holy cow. Thank you, Hostway. That's so nice. Thank you for the support, man. Can't state how helpful it is. Let me build these for you. I got you. But yeah, there's nothing more flattering than seeing someone take inspiration from your base and utilizing it. Like, that is, as a builder, that is like, imitation is the greatest form of flattery, honestly. There is no one that's going to be like, oh darn, someone utilized my ideas and my concepts. Like, that's why a lot of builders like being on these streams and stuff, is so we can share ideas and show off things we really enjoyed. That is the goal. 100%. Nice little cup base as well. You have a Japanese design build. I didn't realize other people have done it, but love to see it. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, the more people utilize these concepts, these ideas, these build styles, the better we all get with it. Like, one idea pushes the next idea, and suddenly, like, everyone's building on a larger scale with more detail, utilizing the details to a higher level. It's one of those things that, like, it just makes all of us better at the end of the day. The soccer pitch? Is this a soccer pitch? That's a great idea. This is a great goal. I don't know where we're building a soccer pitch, but I feel like my village needs a soccer pitch now. Love it. I like it. You're already building some off-grid things. Lots of cool things. Oh, no, you're missing a molar. Gotta go get that. If it wasn't for stolen ideas, I'd still be living in a grass box. Exactly. And now you have one of the craziest bases that we've seen in a long, long time, chap. So it's like, we steal ideas, but ultimately we're just utilizing them to all get better. We all need the ideas. We all need the inspiration. This game is, the depth of building in this game is so much higher than I think a lot of people realize. And so the more cool things we see, the more ideas we see, like, built, the better it is for everyone. Can't find what? Sorry. May do one when the pond comes. Shame we don't have a koi coming. We might have something similar. Might have something different. You never know. The museum I told you I was going to make. Yeah, it's a great start. Uh-oh. Go this way. The ladder window idea was one of the best ideas ever shared. Yeah. That's what I love, is like, it only takes one person having a creative thought to just spawn a ton of great ideas. Alright, well, if only I could play the game. Blame it on the alcohol. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Just put some stairs down there for you. I mean, don't feel like you have to design a base for my stupidity specifically. Jump! I doubt that highly. I know, chap. Chap's had a lot of original ideas of his own, so. Fall down there a lot? Yeah. I imagine as someone that had to make a Streamloots card that's about me breaking my legs. I'm not the only one. No, but it's a great start, T-Guns. It's a great start. I think my first impressions is I love that you're building like a village vibe. I think for people that tend to get burned out from the game, it's a great way to start, because different building designs can help break up just the massive amount of time, like 3, 4, 5, 6 months between updates. Like, building one idea for months on end before we get new stuff is difficult. It can be very, very difficult to not burn yourself out in between major updates. And so I like that you're testing ideas, you're using different materials, you're designing different base designs, different concepts. Like, obviously you're still working through a ton of this, which is totally fine, because I think I enjoy seeing stuff like this, because it's the process. It's like, it's so easy to see a massive completed base and just be like, wow, that was cool. How do I get there? This is how you get there. Lots of little ideas compounding over time. Because I see the potential here. It's a good spot. It's a good location for the base. There's a ruby ring in one of the cracks nearby. I wonder if it'll become a resource. That could be cool. So also your parkour skills last Thursday or Tuesday. Yeah, I fumbled the ball big time. I like the idea though. Make a giant stairway up to Burgle's head and put an observatory deck. Yeah, I love the ideas. I love, like, you're playing with it. This is how you survive early access. Like, Lots of ideas, lots of different buildings. The potential of each one of these is really interesting. I love that you're experimenting with just different styles, different materials. I think it's a really great start. I think the biggest thing, one, keep working, keep finishing things. I love like the non-symmetrical style of buildings you have going on. Like this looks really interesting as the start of a base. Continue with it. I want to see this built. I want to see this museum built. The devil's in the detail at the end of the day. Continue going, because I think there's a lot of potential here. I love the like bridges between the different spaces. I like that you have this sort of like lantern design sort of mimicked in multiple places. Like this is a cool thing for like central areas, plazas and stuff. That would be sort of the next thing I would start thinking about. There's moments where this base is connected, but start thinking through, how is this base connected on a larger scale? Look at city designs, look at European villages is something I always really enjoy seeing. How do you connect these bases on a larger scale? How do you kind of continue themes? I like the clay bridges, so like similar concept, like repeat some of the repeated elements. Like, yeah, these are fountains. Repeat those elements. Those are really great starts, and it just needs more of them to continue going. I could see these being placed like all over the place, utilizing them into a larger degree. And then just how do you infill some of these spaces? We were looking at, was it NATO, right? Yeah, NATO's base last week. Like the connection between a ton of different, just like totally different bases would be a great example to look at for ideas. If you look at the VOD for last week, NATO's base is really cool. Very similar. Just built over on the other side, over by that iron fence. Kind of comes all the way over to this area. But thinking about how you connect these different spaces, connect the different buildings, I like that. I like the placement of them. It gives you a lot of space to fill in. But now it's how do you design it? Is it an auditorium space? Is it like a place where there's a stage and music to be played? Is it a pool? How do you start covering some of this flooring and stuff, similar to how you started placing paths up here? Because from what I've seen, the individual bases, the individual buildings are all really interesting. Even the bare bones starts of some of them are really interesting beginning points. And now it's just like, how do you connect these spaces a little bit more? And that's when cities really start coming together. The details really start coming together. And like, how do you start bridging these gaps? Is there under city markets and black markets like underneath these areas? Like, there's so much. This is such a cool space. I had a lot of ideas originally thinking about building here to a similar degree, so I love seeing it. And now it's just like, similarly to how you've sort of done this base on a different grid, start thinking of like, how do you build inner spaces here? Like taking, sometimes you might have to throw in a pillar or something to do it at a different angle, but you could start taking little pieces like this and getting this placed on like a secondary grid. And then like, how do these spaces sort of like interconnect, create sort of more interesting interior spaces between these builds? Could be a really interesting place to continue going. I see like most of these are placed on a separate grid, so you have a lot of potential for filling in everything. But now it's just like, how do you push it to that next level? How do you connect them? Is there large staircases where it's not just one staircase, but there's sort of larger ones, and then there's more like small individual houses? What are each one of these houses used for? Is one way I like to really think through the design of a city. Is there an armorer or a blacksmith? Is there a tailor that uses the spinners and stuff? Is there someone who sells weapons? Is there someone who sells armor? Is there someone who owns a tavern? Like, what is the backstory behind all of these buildings? And that can really help fill in the gaps of like, okay, well, if this is a small tavern, maybe there's outdoor seating spaces in these little areas, and it backs up to the fountain. Didn't think of that in tunnels. Yeah, and there's so many cool ideas that could be utilized here. Even like utilizing the red carpet and stuff is really interesting from the ribbon, but just continue filling in the gaps and stuff. Backstory is me, you know what you mean? Yeah. Backstory is like, it's sort of an out there concept for a lot of base builders, because a lot of people think like, I'm building a base that works and it has to do base things. But the backstory, looking like Alfredo's a great example of like his playgrounds, is like, how do you create that city feel? How do you fill in the gaps? How do you utilize? You don't have playgrounds materials and stuff, of course, but there's lots of ways to like continue pieces like this and place like a planter. Where I don't even know where they are anymore. Do a garden patch or a ponic patch. Place one of these here. Do that and then cover it up with the clay. And then have a mushroom growing. And how do you sort of like infill these different spaces? Can really take things to that next level. Because I like you said, like the little ideas of like spiders and stuff hidden throughout the area, like those Easter eggs, those little moments that kind of create interesting ideas, really start taking things to that next level. But I like that you're experimenting with so many different materials and different designs. Like that's what makes really organic, cool looking cities, is like buildings that use one similar concept or material, but then they're all sort of unique, as if each person built their own base. In this area, their own kind of organically built town. Awesome. The buildings are super clean and well designed, and the layout with the change of elevation already feels like the perfect spot for you. Very full lived-in village. Definitely want to see the updates. Yeah, exactly. Sing the song from Beauty and the Beast. It has an early century France vibes. Can't make many more because your Xbox is starting to lag. Yeah. Oh yeah, if you have PC, do it. There might be a way if you... I've never personally done it from Xbox to PC, but I have to think there's a way to get your save to PC. Because you can play on Xbox, so maybe your Xbox like cloud saves of some kind allow you to transfer it over. But if you have PC, I do highly, highly suggest that. I think it's a great start, though. I think it just needs that backstory. Like, I love that each building feels so unique. And, like, imagine you see this, like, Japanese-style building with this cool castle vibe and then a museum in the background and this, like, log cabin sort of vibe here. Like, there's a lot of potential, a lot of ideas you can use. These iStocks aren't done. Play on PC using the Xbox app? Yeah, I feel like there's got to be a way. Port it over. Or make a, like, if you have a different one, you could probably just make a multiplayer shared world with yourself and bring it over and then just make that save your standard one. Main base was the log cabin. I was never going to build anything else, but then started watching your videos and I started getting inspiration. Yeah, I think it's great. Definitely not part of an HOA, I know. I am part of an HOA and I hate it. It's the worst. But I think it's a great start. Like, there's so many interesting little things, like the custom little windows. Everything looks really cool. Everything looks really, really cool. There's a lot of potential here for a really epic city. I think just more storytelling, more like what is the decision behind every one of these, and it's going to be great. I don't see anything negative to say about it. I just think more, as always. It's one of those, like, the more you keep building with, like, detailed designs like this in every one of the buildings, it's going to be crazy. Can a city be too big? No, it really can't. Unless you get to Chap's size where your Xbox and PC are so laggy that you literally can't play the game, there isn't too big, in my opinion. Like, cities, especially with, like, the level changes, like Alfredo said, like, how you're utilizing the different levels, just finding interesting ways to, like, look up multi-tiered cities and stuff, find ways to, like, design into this to a larger degree, and you're going to be doing great. Under the log cabin build. This? The torch. Is this what you're talking about? You got rid of it? No worries, no worries. But yeah, I love the customization between each building. Like, I think you're headed in a great direction. I love seeing how each building is unique. That's what ultimately makes for really cool cities, is just like individual buildings that all come together to make a bigger picture. Like, the fountains are cool. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. Just keep going. It is really the big thing. More buildings, more connectivity between it. Look up large plazas, look up community spaces, and like I always tend to go for like European cities just because there's so much going on. Like the US is not a great example, but that is always my recommendation, is look up like tight, dense cities, look up favelas, look up like all these like big community spaces and stuff, and you can find some cool ideas. Stealing some of your ideas from this base, yeah. Someone can build a city that looks capable of fighting off a kingdom that loot is built. Might be too big. That might be. That might be. Aria, welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Is there a better way to grind pebbles? There's not a good way, honestly. Get on your ladybug and ram the pebbles and just go crazy. But kind of just have to search. Oops. Kind of just find the biggest collection of them. There's quite a few here. They're kind of everywhere. Pick them up as you go. If you're ever running around, just pick them all up. But farm them with a ladybug is a decent way to do it to make it quicker. Yeah, I think you're headed in a great direction. Miami Beach has great Coca-Cola. Oh, 117. Yeah, even like, how do you design spaces like this? We've seen a lot of cool stadiums, like taking a soccer field to a larger level is a great way to do it. Like, build this twice as big and make it a stadium space. Like, filling in to a larger scale can be a great way to do it. Make it an indoor soccer area as well. Like, you could look up like futsal arenas or indoor soccer stadium type things. Like, that could be a great one to build like a building around it or make it bigger. Lots of different things. Yeah, you can kick the balls around, I guess. How do we let you tour? Just share it. Yeah, join the Discord. Shoot me a DM with your Xbox username, and I will add you as a friend and get you added on the list, and then you can share it once we're friends. But yeah, DMing me is the easiest way to do it to make sure I don't miss anything. But I think you're in a great spot, D-Guns. I think there's a lot of potential with everything here. I really like the layout, the concepts of the buildings. I think just keep going. Big is better in towns. Shanty towns yet? Lower level idea? Yeah, that could be a good one as well. But keep going. Keep going. I think you're heading in the right direction. I like it. I think there's a lot of potential here. Remember to add the local strip club. Armor Dummy is going to range in really suggestive ways. So we've seen some suggestive ways. I do know that. Yeah, we've seen Ludorev world building. You want a YouTube short, the world building YouTube short is a good one. Playgrounds, we can animate dummies, but don't tell Lude that. I know, I'm scared. Scared to see that level of world building. I don't know if the world can handle that. Get me demonetized real quick. Does it count if it's armor dummies? I don't know. Alfredo, you're slacking on the packins. Gotta have something to do in between these bases. There you go. All right, Alfredo. Give me a number between 1 and 8. 1 and 8. The Rip-A-Pack. Unfortunately, YouTube is lame and doesn't have any of this stuff. So on Twitch, you can make me Rip-A-Pack with a channel point redemption. Journey Together. Unfortunately, I just added Mega Evolutions and some Phantasmal packs. And you pulled the Journey. I got some more packs coming in the next week or so, so we'll open some of the new set as well. Yeah, unfortunately, YouTube just doesn't have that fun stuff. Purple side is more fun. We have points. It is. I really wish YouTube would do that. Playing Forza during the stream and drop the ball on packs. I noticed. All right. Going to add a Rip-A-Pack to loot stream loots. It's on. There's one on stream loots. There is one on stream loots. Energy. Shepherd. Corvus Squire. What? Sigalith? Billy and O'Nair. Volcarona. Marowak. Wheezing. Kilowattrel. Coughing. Oof. And a Ends Reshiram. It's a cool holo. I'll give you that. It's a cool holo, but it's not what we're looking for, Journey. It's not what we're looking for. Yeah, 100% 117. There's a Rip-A-Pack. And it's craftable too, so if you destroy stuff, you could craft it. Love a Lowland Marowak. It is a cool one. It is really cool. It's the best card you've pulled on stream. Cool. We pulled a couple illustration rares. The best priced one was, I think it's the Alolan Executor illustration rare, like full art card. Like a $30 card. It's not bad. Most of my good hits are not on stream though, unfortunately. What do I do with the cards that aren't valuable? I just have a big storage of them. Eventually, when you get a ton of bulk cards that aren't worth much, you can sell them and then you buy more stuff. One of my buddies made like $700 off of selling bulk cards, but does anyone deep dive into Wind/Wave Pokemon RPG? Are we getting a new evolution finally? I don't know. I'm excited about Wind and Wave. It should be fun. I'm really excited about the water element. That should be really fun. Gotta stop picking 7s? Yeah, unfortunately on that one. I mix them up all the time. But yeah, for Tour Tuesdays, I turn stream loots off. It's just like, I can't use half the cards on Tour Tuesdays. Just don't make sense, because like in the middle of a tour or a review, I'm not going to go farm materials for 15 minutes. I'm not going to go kill a boss. I'm like, so it just feels like a waste of you guys like spending the money. You can still buy packs and craft things and destroy things, but ultimately I feel like it's a waste of your guys' time to do it, since I can't do the majority of it. But we do have the Subnautica ones downloaded as well. So for tomorrow, when we're playing Subnautica, we have a bunch of Subnautica cards as well that you can make me do things. What's up, Pangers? You just missed the pack too. You were so close. So close. Literally 30 seconds. Need a Streamloots card to add one more Ascend to Heroes pack to the Rift stream. That's not a bad idea. I'm actually going to be... I got an Amazon gift card for my birthday. And so I bought this pack organizer thing. So it's just an acrylic box that you can put your packs in based on the set and stuff. So it's got like 5 different acrylic vertical things where you pull a pack out of the bottom. And so, because most of my stuff is sitting sealed, so I don't just rip packs constantly, because I'm saving them for June when I'm opening with my friends. But once some of those are open, I might toss in some cooler stuff here and there. But if I open too much, then I'm Pack organizers sound rich. Well, I had 50 bucks on Amazon for my birthday, so it was like I got a trade binder, a nice little 4-card, like four per page binder, and I had some extra money from the gift card, so I was like, well, organization. I'm running out of room in my my cabinet over here, so too much randomness. I got all my crafts and office supplies and stuff, so I needed space. So I'm an organization fiend. I have to organize things, so I was like, ooh, I like that. Is the black ant worth it? I think the black ant is better than the red ant. Yes, I like it. If you haven't used it, the sour thing, like for AoE kills, is so strong. It's really good. Like if you're farming ants, you could kill so many ants with the sour spit that the black ant does, and it's just a better red ant. It just is. I like it. The acid spit is really good. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's worth it. I think the black ant looks cooler than the red ant. The only difference is like you can't hold as many stems, but I like the black ant. It's just slow compared to the orb weaver. Did I get anything cool at the show? I didn't get as much as I wanted to, Alfredo. I was hoping. I found one card that I was dying to get, but the guy selling it was so out of his mind. It's the Legendary Collections Reverse Hollow Arcanine. So it's like the Fireworks Reverse Hollow Arcanine, and it's so cool. But I valued it at about $400 to $500, and he couldn't find a good comp on it because it's not sold very often. And so he valued it at $900, and I was just like, you're smoking crack. I'm not playing that game with you today. That's too much money. I was like, I brought over $700 that I was like, I've been saving up cash from selling random things that I don't want anymore, and sweat equity, detailing cars, randomness. And I was like, I went in with that budget of $700 to $800, and I spent about $250. But I got Blaine's Arcanine, the unlimited version, which is great. I got the English version of the Arcanine from Scarlet and Violet that you got me in Japanese, which I was like thrilled. I've been looking for that everywhere, and I was so fun to buy in person. I got some good reverse hollow ones that were difficult to find. I probably got like 15 cards probably. I got some good stuff. I can show it at the end of stream if you want to see them. Sent a friend request, or I can pop it into one of the channels. Yeah, I'll add you as a friend after stream, and you can send me that. It's easier on Discord as a DM specifically, so it doesn't get lost. With Orc Raid, literally walk backwards on your ant and huck acid. Yeah, the acid spit is really good. Don't use buggies for fighting. It's good. It is better than you might think. Thought it was the same. Don't they both hold 12? Maybe. I might be wrong. Found that Firework Hollow for the Fossil Gengar. I would buy a couple of packs to cope that I couldn't afford it. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. I comped it, and I was like, well, there was a light played one at $350, and his was like near mint light played. So I was like, it's probably a $500 card. I was like, I would have probably spent $500, but when he starts at $9, I'm like, you're so pie in the sky right now. It was ridiculous. But I bought literally every other Arcanine and Growlithe card I found at the show. Every single one. I finished my first partners promo set. So we got like the Kanto starters, and then the Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup. And then I needed the last ones, the Litten, the seal thing I can't remember the name of, and Grookey, whatever. I think is it Grookey? I don't know. It's not Grookey. What other one is? But I finished those, and I did a trade for that, so it was fun. You think gaming chairs are overused? I don't use one. I used to have one. I didn't find them as comfortable as most people think. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of gaming chairs. I don't think they're as comfortable as they seem. Pretty sure they do, but the black ant can't hold the stuff in its mouth. Maybe that's what it is. But once you get them upgraded for the chopping purposes, once you you have to go chop a bunch of stuff, it's really worth. It's so worth just chopping down a bunch of random stuff, because then you can chop bear down in 2 hits instead of like 5 or 6 with your axe. It becomes really useful. So you missed the pack opening a few minutes later than you thought, as well as the Bisai Pitch Eye leaks have just been landed ahead of Friday release in Japan. Yeah, I'm excited about that set. Good office chair wins. That's what I use. It's way cheaper too. I often find that gaming chairs are far overpriced for what they are. Sometimes I wish the headrest, but honestly, the like little pillow and stuff is not as comfortable as it may seem. $100 office chair is about the same. Just below you on the garden side of the wall is a dense area with burrs. That's where you max chopping. Yeah, I did that, and then I did the grass over by the where all the pumpkins and stuff are before you get into the garden area. It's worth it though. It's very worth it. But yeah, Alfredo, I'll show you what I got from the card show at the end of stream as we're ending, since I know you love to see it if you're still here. All right. Next up, we have Beast King. Another base built kind of right in the same spot we're building, so love to see it, but more of a city vibe, which is very interesting, built in the space. So this gives me a lot of interesting ideas, because I've always been thought about potentially building a city here as we get further along in our mega build. So I love this. Is going to be really good. It's going to be really good. Junior Black is Jupiter Black. I read it as Jack Black. But loving the city vibes already. Love that you're like raising up the different areas. Like, love this like raised pillar design and stuff. Looking really interesting already. Lot going on, but loving to see it already. Gives me so many ideas already. I may have done a mini tour of this space already. But great use of like covering up this. The butterfly hell. Butterflies flying into everything. Set to multiplayer. We don't have anyone else that plays. Reference, it was the first base tour. God. Very nice. Like all the little designs for these like angled walls and stuff. Great little detailing. Cultivation bay. I like it. Like all the interesting naming and stuff. The rendering shed, the carapace grind, the apex hall, the high vaults, the upper terrace. The storytelling is already thick in this one, which I love to see. And obviously building something out over here as well. Sick natural hot spring spot with the fog and some scaffolding, glass floors. That'd be very interesting. This little like crafting area space that's in the works. Very cool. It's a torch. There we go. Lots of potential already. Which you'll love to see. Holy cow. It's a maze. Oh no, we're gonna get so lost. The searing pit. I'm loving the connection between everything. These are like the dense, confusing cities that I love to see. Searing pit. Love it. I'm already loving the world building levels of this. Very cool. So like chandelier designs. Very obvious that like you've got a lot of different ideas going on. Very cool. Peep the crow? I still haven't peeped the crow. No. I hate the crow. It's my arch enemy. At this point, I'm just never going to peep it and cry. So many interesting little structures. Yeah, it's the worst. The crow's the worst. Worst thing ever made right now. I'm too impatient. Loving it. I mean, obviously still a piece of in work, but the designs, like the little details, the structural pieces are all really, really interesting. Fun little windows and stuff, the staircases, the like ceiling designs are really cool. Whenever you hear a loud crash at your base, it means He's perched right above you on the statue. Yeah, but you can't get to him fast enough. That's the problem. He's too far away. Wow, you got stuff everywhere. Leave me alone. Too young to die. Loving the connection between everything. This is really cool. Search up how to peep the crow, and it said how to peep the squirrel. There's a squirrel in the game? I don't think so. I don't think so. A lot of people want a squirrel in the game, though. That's the truth. Yeah, the connection of this is really cool. Very similar, like D-Guns. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, how do you fill space? How do you connect bases and buildings between each other? I guarantee you we're going to miss something, but this is really cool. So tight, yet immersive. Yeah, exactly. This is city vibes, for sure. So much going on. Lighting's really cool. Like, the little, like, tunnels and archways and stuff. Very interesting. Yeah, just like overhangs that connect and stuff. Very interesting. Oh, there's so much. The upper terrace. Very beautiful flooring. Love the use of the carpets as well. The rugs. These are really cool. The thrones. Don't have enough time to get all the resources. That's the great part about early access, is like you have nothing but time. Beautiful. Love this. Very similar to what I was talking about in the first base with Mad Master. Like, how do you fill large open ceiling spaces? This is a great example of it. Very cool. Love the like custom window spaces, like upper windows and stuff. Those look really cool. Very cool. Yeah, this is a really cool roof. Simple chandelier for a small space. Lighting's very nice. Custom little windows and stuff. I love how every building is like totally unique. Barely thought of doing roof lighting? Yeah. Squirrel Boss would be cool. It'd be funny if they trolled us and had him only drop a single acorn. That'd be horrible. I don't need that kind of trolling. They got me with the troll of the cockroaches. I don't need more of that. Oh, this is interesting. That's a new one. A very interesting way to do jerky racks. Totally different than what we've seen before, but I like it. Nice little upper windows. Oh, you're Mad Master. Okay, Mighty Pancake. I love it. Love it. Thank you for clarifying. It's so hard to keep track of everyone's names. Frog? Just a frog, right? Yeah, sunk into the ground. It's a new one. We always lift them up, but sinking them into the ground is a very similar concept. Love this little, like, walkway space. The, like, open windows. Great, really good use of the these canopies. Love this. This is a really nice custom window. This is a really nice way to make a window for anyone looking for ideas and stuff. I love the material usage and stuff in here. Oh, this is really cool. Lots of cool little ideas. Yeah, I prefer going under it, but it works. You know, if it works, right? Very cool. I love the use of different materials. This is lots of cool little details and stuff here. The use of like pine cone railings with the pine cone walls looks really nice. So one of the first ones we've really seen like utilize this as an interior wall piece, and I like it. I do like it. I like it a lot. Great little balcony spaces. Here, your mosquito. Yeah, the mosquito is. There's one that flies around like randomly. Or it works for the player. Sadly, I play single, even if I play multiplayer. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Fall down here. Yeah. Very interesting. Oh, the scaffolding. I'm loving the tight-knit city vibe. Very well done. Learn just to leave half space between floors and ceilings so you can hide lighting under the chest. Yeah, the more you, it's same thing with walls and stuff too. The more space you leave in between them, the bigger, where you're not thinking of a wall as a single wall. You double them, it allows you to hide lighting really well. Similarly to floors and stuff as well. Mushroom / burrow walls. Unrender on me. I had to destroy a lot of them to get back. That's annoying. The most hated bug? The earwigs. They're a good bug. I'm glad they're in the game. It's a fun... They're difficult, but I hate them at the same time. You know, love-hate relationship. Yeah, I love this build as well. This is really cool. Did we go in this? Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, very cool. I don't know what this wall is going to be, but love the detailing here with the pillars. They do hit hard. They do. At least you can block them now. They're not broken anymore. Tiger mosquito, I hated in the first game. It was a horrible bug. I feel like there's more that way that I'm just not seeing, but maybe that's just a wall that's not totally done. Oh, it's like the outer limits of the city. Okay. Interesting. Very cool. They make nice swords. They were cool. They're pretty good. Wasp drones? Yeah, those are pretty annoying as well. The Jenks roof is because the roof doesn't want to match up. Oh, yeah. No, I totally get that. The roofs are tough. They're adding more pieces, though, so it is getting better. It is getting better. Ticks in Grounded 1, they were pretty annoying. There's worse, though, right? There's definitely worse. They're, like, just annoying enough, but you can just run away from them. They don't make it their life's mission to absolutely destroy you. Wild Root Colony. Is there a way to make cities practical, or are they just a look good? Like, his is mine as well. His is way better. I think there's a practical reason, but I like to think of it, instead of building an all-in-one base, you're building a base that each... So you have like a building based around the ovens, and that's where you're going to utilize your ovens. You're going to have a room based around your chest and your storage, or a building based around your chest and your storage. You're going to have your spinners, your, like, all those different things is how I try to think of it, is like, how do you separate those things? Cities are always a little superfluous. That's the word. They're always going to be extra. They're always going to be, like, semi-unnecessary. But I think they make for really interesting builds, and breaking things up instead of just one big base that holds everything is an interesting way to do it. I think they make for really cool spaces. And it gives you an opportunity to experiment with multiple building designs. Experiment with multiple materials. So I think there is some value to doing, like, cities. Sure, maybe they're a little overkill, but ultimately, I think they're pretty cool. Skybridge is another part of the mega build. Yeah, I like the skybridges were really interesting. I'm excited to see those kind of continue. Yeah, it looked massive. It's a lot of time and effort to build skybridges. I'm always amazed. To do more roofs in space, since there are like 2 spaces where you can see a piece goes through, but it won't go through. They're difficult. They are. Roofs and ceilings are difficult. They just always will be. They don't always want to work with you, you know. We'll hope they add stick bugs and jumping spiders as buggies. Those would be interesting. Think of, like, when a cricket attacks you. when they do their like fly way up and slam down, but just a spider slamming down on you and killing you. Be jump scare city. Yeah, I mean, overall, I don't have a lot to say about this one. I know it's like, it's a work in progress, but like really cool. I love the layout, the tight-knit city designs. Like, I love seeing these like intricate spaces designed out, how two buildings sort of connect to one another. I think's really cool. Looks really nice. The different use of materials is really good. The interesting like roof designs, like an individual building like this might look a little funky, but when you add it into the context of a larger city, tends to look really interesting. Great use of material. Excuse me. Great use of materials. Lots of cool designs. Lots of cool details. Like, really, really cool. I'm excited to see like ultimately where this ends up, because I think each individual space has the potential to be really, really cool once you kind of continue. I see little moments of story building. Like the searing pit, these like little shops and designs for different spaces to utilize different pieces and stuff, which I think is really cool. But I want to see more of it, is the main thing, you know? There's a lot of great details, a lot of great potential and stuff. The foundry, like obviously there's a lot of storytelling going on that we don't fully know yet. But the potential is 100% there. Very little I can say in terms of design, because I think it's really, really interesting. I'm just interested to see where it keeps going. Like, not a whole lot I can say negatively about this whole thing. The design, like the intricate spaces, using the use of verticality is really good. The use of these like interesting wooden boxes as design spaces is really interesting. The different heights of buildings is great for a city. It's one of the more difficult things to do, is not just create a bunch of buildings that are all the same height, but like 3-story buildings, 2-story buildings, 1-story buildings, massive, like big old buildings that are up on higher levels and stuff. It's all really interesting. Creates a really interesting like framework and like master plan to a city, which I think is super interesting. Lighting's really good. Material use is really good. I love the throne room as well. I have no clue if Beast King makes content or not. Let's see. It's always hard to remember who's who, what they were looking for. Yeah, so this person is a software architect, which is really interesting. I'm just reading through this real quick. Yeah, they're like fun to see it, like pick it apart, but like honestly, like there's not a whole lot. They said they're not an interior expert. Like I think the interiors are really cool. Obviously, not all completed, but continue the storytelling. Beast King, I think, is the number one thing. Like, what is each one of these spaces going to ultimately be? And you're on it. Like, they're really interesting spaces. They're really interesting designs. There's the dehydration ward. Like, lots of different little ideas I think are really interesting. Obviously, like, not completed, but as you finish these things, I think it's going to be epic. Like, I always find it interesting. People are like, pick it apart. I'm not amazing at this. And I'm like, no, this is great. Like, this is a really cool design. The ideas are awesome. The connection between all the buildings is incredible. Like, I love the master planning behind it. I love the kind of randomness of all the buildings and like the hodgepodgeness of just the different designs coming together. I think that's what makes a functional, cool city design when you're building something like this. Very easy to get lost in the repetition of builds and stuff. But I was like, I love the utilization of the space here. I think is my favorite spot, or my favorite concept of the whole thing, is like how these connect really interestingly. you can go from one building to the next, but also just like the walkways are really well done. Spaces are really well done. Very Ludorev-esque of just like a maze of spaces and connected to one another, which I enjoy. I think it's really good. I have very little to say. I like continue going. Continue storytelling each space, making them feel different, making them like feel unique in what each one of them does, and the interiors will come together to a great degree. The high vaults. Yeah, like I love the naming conventions. It's really good. It's really, really good. The asymmetrical structure is on point. Yeah, it is. It's a very difficult way to design. It is. The loom, like, yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. Don't sell yourself short, Beast King. I know Beast King cannot be in stream, but like, don't sell yourself short. There's a lot of really cool designs here. It's like, it's a never-ending process when you're building big. This crowd that Obsidian is relying on, no life, insanely huge city-sized bases that break the game, so they fix it. Yeah, they do. They're recognizing that as well. Good for supporting structures are your favorite. I'm going to use more of that. Yeah, so much of this is cool. And I love like seeing like slightly raised up spaces, slightly lower spaces, higher, lower spaces that go upstairs. Like, it's really, really good. It can be really difficult to design like this, but I think it's really good. Just keep going. Like, honestly, I know I always hate giving that piece of advice, but like I see cool stuff like this and I'm like, there's nothing inherently wrong with any of it. It's just like, I want to see it finished. I want to see it completed. I want to see more, because everything I'm seeing is really interesting. And continue with the interesting ideas and the naming of different places, and use those as your like your jumping point of like why each building is what it is and what's inside of it as your decision making concepts and stuff. And you're great. You're gonna be doing great. This is really cool. Very fun base. I could run around and play bases like this all night. Just seeing all the cool little stuff. Base needs a bunch of armor dummies. Yeah, the life of it. Yeah. Very similar to like the Foundry, how there's like armor dummies kind of like doing different things. Take these and start making it come to life. The Assassin's Creed base, yeah. More stability, yeah. We're going full sci-fi with Grounded 2 by 1.0. We need all those corpses around the park animated and they hunt you. Oh no. Series X is starting to suffer. Each update usually fixes it. Yeah, they do. Xbox, unfortunately, is a struggle point. It always will be a little bit, but it'll get better. But you kind of have to think like they build this new update, they add all this new stuff, it ruins the optimization. They spend the time in between updates fixing the optimization to break them again. And it's just this never-ending cycle until we hit 1.0. Backside of Acorn. Corner stairs looks like smaller scaffolds to sneak them into some small extra details. That's a great way to do it. There's a lot of details you can do with those little corner pieces. No base tour for Alfredo, no. Patiently waiting for Alfredo to build another base for us to view. Taken forever. This guy. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Beast King, like, I know you're going to see this in a VOD later on, but keep going is my biggest piece of advice. Like, everything works. Everything's really cool. Everything's interesting. I just want to see more of it. Like, your detailing, your design of the buildings, the architectural concepts, but, like, the freedom of building with each individual base. They are really cool. Very unique. Very interesting. Pocopia Tour will be ready in a month. Let's go. Another building game I need to get on. Too many games. Too many stinking games. Favorite base tonight already? No offense to any others. No, there's nothing wrong. We all have our favorites. But wait till you see the next one. Before you say what your favorite base of the night is, because y'all are about to have your minds freaking blown. Because just run off-grid sprays. And oh my god. Is Alfredo even a builder? I don't know. He's been slacking. He gave us this great, honestly, like, the fact that we don't have weekly updates to Alfredo's playground space is ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. Like, the lackadaisical nature of Alfredo giving us great content and then making us wait in between them. How dare he? I need more. About to say goodnight, but you just said the magic words. Exactly. I knew I'd catch you on that. This is off grids, yeah. Just about to go into a work meeting. Gonna have to check the space out later. No. Hold on, I gotta change my diaper. Just everyone, you got a minute. Go to the bathroom because it takes forever to load this base. It's so ridiculous. It took me like 5 minutes to load it earlier. It's freaking bases, dude. They're so nuts. Kills me every time. We might be here for a minute. Yeah, these are creative bases. They are. Can I build a bigger base before he loads? Probably. What's up, Alexander? Welcome in. You know, I thought the carousel one was cool. It was cool, but I don't know what we're in for because this thing looks ridiculous. All I've seen is the outside. I have no clue. If you saw the thumbnail, it's in the thumbnail. But more in just absolute insanity coming right now. It's gonna be epic. Whenever it loads, it's gonna be cool. 2 hours later. Staring at Simone or whatever her name is. Yeah, right. She's not my favorite. What's up, Grim? First ascended builder opportunity. No one has ascended yet. We haven't had enough time with the stream loots. It's gonna take a while for anyone to get the ascended builder thing. You really have to like utilize a lot of stream loots. It's not gonna be an easy one. You're gonna have to earn it. You have a big question. Do you think she's going to be evil? I already think she's evil. I think she is already evil. Working on a Dune-based build. Ran out of space. Oh, no. That's the worst. Oh, it's already laggy. Good. Off-grid, what are you doing to us? What is this insanity? Imagine your PC going like the Batmobile's engine in the Matt Reeves one. That's what Chaps Base did to us last week. We'll see. This is probably going to be similar. It's running better than Chaps, but I mean, so for anyone curious, every single staircase you're seeing here is on its own grid. Now this is creative, so take it with a grain of sand. But like, what in the Halo insanity is this? What are we doing? The nuclear bomb mushrooms, right? All of TimberBuilds Discords. I want to add everyone's name on a chest, but that would take forever to load everyone's name. Dude, that's awesome off-grid. Glad you're here for this, because what the heck are you doing to us, man? A nuclear reactor powering his computer? It sure feels like it. Like, what the heck off-grid? I love that you keep building here, too. This, like, circular space just, it's so perfect for this. It's so perfect for this. Like, what are we doing, dude? This is insane. It doesn't even look like we're in Grounded right now. Like, what? What is happening? The, like, floating circles? What are we doing? What even is all of this? You have, like, overlapping pinecone fences. Lamp. What? Built a literal nuclear reactor, right? It does look like a nuclear like bomb, or it's insanity. I don't even know what it is. This is nuts, dude. The like consistency of like building these all up too is actually insane. What the heck? Goes on a psilocybin trips and comes back with gold, right? Oh man, they're so perfect too. Is the insanity. Like, there's a level of OCD that I have. This surpasses it. This far surpasses my level of OCD. I know it's creative, so it's like semi-easier, but like your level of just perfectionism is absolutely insane off-grid. It amazingly slightly runs better than the last base too. And I don't know what we're looking at. Small World appeared to have potential. It's lost its tempo. Yeah. It just didn't do it. It just didn't do it for me. I don't know. Triple arc reactor build. Something. Okay, well, I guess it's time to go in, right? Oh my. What the heck? Oh my god, dude. You're insane. What the heck even is this? What is it, Ashley? Nobody knows, but it's provocative. It keeps the people going. Dude, this is crazy. The lighting in here is freaking insane. Dude. Fractal acid trip? Yeah, it seriously is. Your jaw slammed and hit on into the floor. Oh my gosh. Source wall of the grounded universe, right? Like, dude, the lighting and all of these things being like a rainbow around. Is that freaking sword? Is that like a? Is this? It's a sword. You like built. What the freaking? What? What? It's like the sword and the stone, but in the chaos base. Dude, this floor is freaking tripping me out. The like perfection to place these like perfectly on top of this is actually insane. What is that floor, right? Oh my god. What? Off-grid. I'm still blown away. I freaking love Off-Grid story. Off-Grid has the best story ever. So for people who don't know, Off-Grid found the channel in Grounded 1 and saw my pagoda base and said, I quit. I'm not playing this game anymore, because he wanted to build a cool base, and he found my base and was like, I'm never building that. I'm not that good. I quit. And he just literally stopped playing Grounded 1. Now, if I'm exaggerating a little bit, let me know, Off-Grid, but that's kind of how I took the story. And then he gets into Grounded 2 and starts playing with Off-Grid building techniques, and then just becomes one of the most absolutely ridiculous builders we've ever seen. And I'm like, what a come-up story. Like, this is actual insanity, dude. Uninstall, cry in the shower, right? It gives me a seizure. Give him all the medals. Seen the aliens. Oh, man. Some of the grounded gods in here. It's something, dude. This is insane. Watched in the last 5 days all your lives. I'm hooked. Well, welcome in, Cuba. Andoba, Cuba. Andoba, Cuba. I hope that's right. But welcome in. Hope great time to join. Great time to join as we're seeing absolute insanity. Things that we didn't know could be built in this game are being built. This is insanity. This is insanity, dude. Ain't no way we're playing the same game with the building materials. No, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I always try to tell people I build cool bases, but I'm like, there's always so much more that this game has potential for. Now, we're reviewing creative, and so this would be very difficult to build in survival, don't get me wrong, but you can build this in survival. This is all possible. You just have to be very committed. Alfredo and Off-Grid are the ultimate builders. We'll duel. That would be freaking awesome. Miss you saying you're going to start showing Subnautica 2 builds. I'm going to ask, yeah. Well, I'm going to be building in Subnautica 2. I have no clue if I can view other people's builds. That is something I don't know the possibilities of. If we can, that there's a reasonable possibility. I always wanted to do enshrouded ones, so there's a possibility. Give up on life if this was survival? Yeah, no, this would be ridiculous in survival. Dude, what? Off-grid. Is there a way to get to the top? I want to get in whatever this is. There's things up here I'm not seeing, and I need to see them. Dude, this is nuts. An activated nuke, right? Elevator inside? Okay. Don't want that smoke, right? All of our unworthy GPUs think of this when they crank one off. Oh, man. This is nuts, dude. Dude, these are so cool. Oh, man. Yeah, so you can see all these details. What? What? Never mind. It doesn't get better or anything. It doesn't get cooler. What the heck are these? Are these pots? Are you kidding me right now? These are... Oh, I remember seeing parts of this. Dude, what? This doesn't even look possible. What am I... Oh, they're freaking traps. These are the freaking splinter traps, dude. What are you on, off-grid? What are you doing? This shouldn't even be allowed. Like, they get, like, symmetrically larger. Jaw dropped. I love everyone's bases. Don't get me wrong. But this is insanity, off-grid. The perfection. Everything is so well placed, dude. I don't even fathom how you're building some of this. It actually is like a nuclear bomb. Like, what the heck are we even looking at? What are these? Feather roofs? Like, oh my god. It's such a perfect circle. I can't even get over how perfect everything is. Send you some of your creative builds just for comparison. I don't want anyone to compare themselves to this. Off-grid spends a lot of time building true insanity. What the heck are we doing? This is nuts. Dude, these look so cool. Actually, how did he do this? Yeah, it's... So this is off-grid building at its finest. It really is. I don't know how else to say it. This is really difficult. The dedication it takes to build something like this, to be this perfect, is actually insane. It's like a perfect circle. It's like a kaleidoscope when you go around it. What the actual heck, off-grid? Time to give up gaming if this is what someone could build like that. Don't ever give up. As I said earlier, off-grid quit playing Grounded 1 because he saw my pagoda base, and then he started building things like this. Everyone can do stuff like this if they really want to. This is just it's incredibly time consuming. That's all I can say. This is a level of dedication to perfection that is just hard to meet. This floor is one of the coolest things I've ever seen, though. Where, off-grid, where is said elevator? I don't see it. How does one elevator? You saying this is better than my base? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's in there? The original Xbox would literally just red ring and die. There's no way there's an elevator in here. What? Where? Where did you fit an elevator in here? Oh my god, you go around. The fact that I couldn't even see this is insane. You're so ridiculous, it's not even funny. Oh my god. Bear with me through the lag. Oh my god. Dude, you're insane. How did I not even notice this big hole in the wall to get you out here? Dude, this is nuts. Xbox says it's AI. This kaleidoscope I got you for Christmas. What am I? 5 shapes and colors. Ooh. I'm surprised my computer's running this as well as it is. This is nuts. So you're telling me you're going to put every single person in Discord's name on this? We have like 700 people almost in Discord. If you actually do that, it's going to be an absolute insanity. I feel like I need a Playgrounds map from you, Off-Grid, as your next challenge. You're insane building. Why are we even watching Timber after this? Right? Off-Grid needs his own channel. This is nuts. He has room to spare, right? This is creative, so this is not all collected. Holy cow. Is there some other random... Oh my god, there is. Dude, dude, you're insane. This is insane. Alright, we have to go to photo mode. I'm getting laggy. Dude, it's all so perfect. I actually can't even fathom how you place this all so perfectly. Holy crap. So I'm guessing there's another bounce web elevator we're gonna have to find. The ceiling is insane. How do you get the bounce pads to do that? You can angle them. So there's an arrow that you can angle in any direction. So it's just a lot of commitment. Pay for an off-grid Playgrounds world, right? There's more elevator up, of course. Beautiful mind level stuff, exactly. Man, give this man 50, 50, 90s, right? Oh, man. You thought nothing could top the carousel? Honestly, I didn't either. I honestly didn't either. I really didn't think you could do better than the carousel off-grid. And somehow you've managed to do so. Alright, there they are. Grounded pays for off-grid. I didn't think there was anything better than the carousel. Don't mind that. There's a carousel on top of this build. What are we doing, off-grid? What are we doing? Dude, you're insane. Oh, the fact that like we were even talking about that, and then it's just like, oh, don't mind the fact there's another carousel. Why wouldn't there be? Why wouldn't there be a carousel on top of this? Oh god. Oh, Picasso. Dude, this is insanity off-grid. And it's like, get this man a sub. Oh, dude, this is ridiculous. Community gardener comes back to their greenhouse and realizes the hallucinogens haven't quite worn off. Oh my god. I'm speechless, off-grid. I don't know how word anymore. And it's like it's the same, but somehow you've made it even better. Is honestly ridiculous. Somehow it's even a cooler carousel because now it's on top of this whole thing. Oh god. It's so perfect. The like ceiling designs are so interesting. The flooring with the pine cone roofs, dude, what? I'm sorry, I should have saved this for last, but I guess we'll do Ludoravs next and save the rest for next week, so no one has to really go after this, because Ludoravs is insane as well. Now, Ludorav's got some serious competition, but I know he's about the only person who would actually want to go after a base like this, because holy crap, dude. Well, Mike, if you haven't seen the previous carousel, I gotta say, the previous carousel was a better carousel. But it was a carousel base, which was what made it so frickin' insane. No, I'm assuming there's more hiding here that we're not seeing yet. But it was like solely designed as a carousel. And it's insane. If you haven't seen that one, you have to go back and check that VOD because it was absolute insanity. Very similar design concepts to this one, but these are both frickin' insane. I don't even know how to do anymore. You should make a smaller carousel on a smaller carousel on a smaller carousel on a smaller carousel, right? I was on the dark side. Yeah, Grim, exactly. How does one make them float? It's kind of a tricky thing. You'd have, if you're on the Discord, ask Offgrid. He's way better at it than I am. No, I wouldn't want to go after this. Your bar is pretty cool, but nowhere near this level. I don't know anyone that's building quite this insane. Honestly, I don't. This is about as insane as it gets. Now, Ludorav's base that'll be next up is very, very cool, but it's not this. It's a very different thing. It's gonna be fun to see the comparison. Oh man, why is it making you hungry? You can bring balance to the force. Kind of tough to go after a physical phenomenon with a carousel as a cherry on top, right? Oh man. How many hours was this? 315 days in creative. I don't know if there's more here, but I'm assuming that's full in-game days. Off-grid, is there a way up? That I'm missing? Oh good, there's not like anything too insane in here, just the inner workings of insanity. No more surprises? Oh no, there's no more surprises, guys. There's nothing else to see. What the heck? Need a break from survival because the leg and the grind with the base I'm working on. It's something, just can't compete with creative. Yeah, but that's the fun. That's the fun of seeing like this is what you could build if you were insane and had nothing but creative vibes 24/7. Because holy cow. Dude, this is nuts. I honestly didn't think you could one-up the carousel, dude, and I don't actually understand how you did. I cannot feasibly understand. My feeble brain cannot understand this insanity. Seed at night, yes. Is it becoming night? We can wait till it's night. We'll just let it naturally become night so I don't have to use photo mode. Can't place a picture on a wall without it being blank. That's just a glitch. Why doesn't his art glitch? That's probably just because it's creative. Would be my best guess. Like, everything in here is insane off-grid. As an off-grid builder myself, I just cannot fathom how perfect of a circle everything is. Like, I think that's what the most impressive thing is. Like, the symmetry of the whole thing is actually insane. Like, it is perfection. There is not one piece that looks like it's placed wrong. Like, if I built something like this, it would inevitably have some inconsistencies. I see nothing. I'm sure you probably notice minute things, but it is, like, as perfect gets. The lighting, just everything. Holy crap. Can understand how to build this is Halo Forge. You can duplicate entire structures and adjust angles, but this is brain melting insanity. It is. This is incredibly difficult to build. This is not I don't know how you get more advanced in off-grid building than what off-grid is showing off here, in all honesty. Like, this is off-grid building at its finest. There just isn't... Like, circles in this game are the most difficult possible thing to build. They are just incredibly difficult to get consistent like this. And this is, like, perfection. I mean, look how well each wall lines up. Like, they're, like, perfect. And then to do it 1,000 times is, like, makes it even more insane. Kaleidoscope Tower of America on shrooms with carousel on top. Yeah. It's like the Space Needle, but even more insane. Has there been any performance patches in the plans? Not that I've heard of, but I'm assuming they're always working on that kind of stuff. Sounds good, NATO. Have a great rest of your night. No, they have been busy with the buggy PTB. Yeah. The performance stuff will come. It'll come. Dude. Off-grid. You are a mad lad. Just the fact, like, just a massive sword over the throne in here. Dude, this floor. This floor might be one of the coolest things I've ever seen built. Honestly. Excited for the pond and that big tree? Yes. I'm excited for everything. I want more grounded. It's a little weird, Mike. It's only like a little weird though, because I think we're all feeling that in a slight, to a small degree. Floors. What a sort of throne look. Yeah, it's nuts. The roof looks like a peacock. Yeah, it does. It is very true. This floor might be one of the coolest things. It just looks so ungrounded. Your brain to come up with some of this stuff, dude, is actually nuts. Never challenging that guy to anything? Yeah. I don't blame you. Your lighting is so well done, too. Yeah, playground, I guess that's going to be where the ant lines are, unless they do like mulch for the ground. Pick apart the floor. How did he do it? The key being, it's just a lot of grids. So as you can see here, what he did is, for a breakdown of people who don't quite understand this may help just a little bit. So essentially what's happening, as you can see, there's more grids than even this. Because these are all clipping on top of each other. But he made a circular grid from the center. This is my slightly expert. Is there any, other than Off-Grid himself, I don't know if there's anyone even semi-qualified to try to explain this. And I don't even know if I'm qualified. But you create a central point with us to create the circle itself, and then you're building the floor out with more of these pumpkin pillars, which is, as you can see, absolutely infuriating, because like trying to get these to even place on the same grid to like do this is actually nuts. And then you're repeating said pattern over and over and over and over again to create this like ground floor. And then from there, I'm not 100% sure, but it's the concave curved floors. And because if you think of each one of these pillars as their own grid, he's able to place concave floors sort of in this just haphazard insanity on each one of these grids. But if I'm seeing this correctly, these concave floors are maybe potentially on slightly their own grid as well. So there's like a semi difference between the floor and the pillar, which is how they're overlaying, and you're only really seeing the raised edges. And then he just went absolutely insane and placed them in every single direction known to mankind. But the fact that they're like all perfectly done, like these aren't just like randomly placed. Like as you can see, the like mosaic is like perfectly repeated over and over and over again. It's not like, oh, let me just place a bunch of them and have this floor. Like it is a perfect symmetrical shape around the entire thing. And then these are just like stairs, again, placed on this grid, overlapping over and over and over again. But 1,800 bird floors in that design, yeah, honestly, that seems like a small, that doesn't even seem like that amount. It seems like there's more. You challenge him not to do this? No shame here, talent excites me. Yes, 100%. 100%. The key is magic. It is magic. I don't get why his name is off-grid. The funny thing is his name was off-grid before he started doing stuff like this. That's what I'm saying is even more insane. Like, he was off-grid nomad before he built off-grid stuff like this. Like, it's the story coming together is pure freaking insanity. Alfredo isn't allowed to take a break from building, but off-grid, he can sit down for a minute, take a break, right? Exactly. Oh, man. I mean, off-grid, you're insane. I love that this is good enough just as is. It didn't even need like all the details, but then to do like the bounce web towers that bounce you to like these extra details with all this stuff inside, and then bounce you up to these things, get you to these other areas, bounce you up, so it's just reveal after reveal after reveal. It's like I don't know what to say anymore. Oh, I don't even know what to say. Has anyone figured out how to do this but on a vertical plane? Unfortunately, no. I don't think there's a way to do it vertically, sadly. Until they give us a wall piece that's like that, probably not possible. Had to build off-grid or get out, yeah. How many Alfredos beat 2 off-grids in a build match in creative? I don't know. Alfredo, what do you got? I wouldn't challenge off-grid at this point. Like, I've been the apprentice has become the master at this point. Like, I gave him an inch and he's taken 17 miles. Honestly, you're just honored to be compared to off-grid. We all would. We all would. I love that he just like he joined the community and has just taken this to a whole different level of I don't even know anymore. Has anyone figured out how to do this without smoking crack? Really leaving this time? Sounds good, NATO. Sounds good. Not that we need one, but is there a story or background idea for this? I don't know. I'd be curious to hear how you come up with this stuff, because I got no words for it. He just said, well, I need a raised... I didn't like that first carousel was so small. So I needed to raise it up off the ground, and it really needed a good platform. And that platform needed a nuclear reactor in the center with a peacock tail of perfection. Just insanity. And then, well, it needed some halo rings around that, because it would have been too boring if it was just this insanity. Like, this wasn't enough. It needed symmetrical halo rings around the outside to really finish it out. And then it also needed a throne room in the center to really finish it off, because the sword floating above it also was not enough. And then the sword in the base needed... It would have been boring if you didn't have a carousel to play on for the kids, because that wouldn't have been enough. Like, you could have taken any one level of this and it would have been one of the most insane things, but all of it together is insanity? I don't know. Sounds good, NATO. Done for the night. Good night, everyone. This is Duff for me. I'll catch the rest tomorrow. Sounds good. The only way I can think is to layer dew catchers, but they definitely don't stack. Oh. It's insanity. The carousel needed the nuclear reactor to work. True, it needed power. I've seen that before. Is the freaking core of the second Death Star, right? There was this circle here, and he needed to circle this. It needed something here. It's like the tree the game should have given us. This is what should have been here instead of the lime tree. Has anyone made the Death Star in Grounded 2 yet? No. I will say I think circles to that level will be very difficult. You can do vertical circles like this, but to do an actual circle, like a cylinder, is possible. But an actual circle, very, very difficult. Working on some things on the base will not have anything like it. I don't think anyone will ever have anything like this. Didn't make it in Grounded 1. I thought I saw it. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen it. What if I birth a new era of building Ungrounded? I'll call it the Big Bang. Yeah, this is about as insane as we're going to see. I know, and I say that. Off-Grid's going to do something else insane and blow this out of the water somehow. Man. Sphere would be on the impossible side unless we have crack 500 years and the NASA supercomputer running it. Yeah, kind of how it feels. Cylinders with off-grid, not too bad, but without curves, like the best you can do is these like angled pieces. I just don't know how you ever do a true circle or sphere. An important mission for you. Can you make an Alfredo bowl with Alfredo sauce and noodles? As we get spherical shapes, we'll make one and then give up because I've seen this. Yeah. Made some for dinner. Let's go. Whew. I'm at a loss for words. Off-grid. I'm at a loss for words. 100 out of 10. Once again. Again, the carousel. I didn't physically think it was possible to beat the carousel, and somehow you've managed to do plus, 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 plus. That's nuts. Absolute insanity. Okay, well, the only person who can feasibly go after a base like that is Alfredo. Sorry, Luderav, not Alfredo. Off-grid, thank you for building insanity, for letting us, for our viewing pleasure. Because that was nuts. I have no words for your insanity, my friend. Keep going. You're building the coolest of the coolest. Luderav might even be a little intimidated to go after that base, but we'll do Luderav's base for last. Then we have a few bases for next week, but I do not want anyone to have to feel like they have to go after that. And Luderav's base is incredibly cool. You'll see some insanity in here that I think you guys are going to really like as well. I think you built the carousel, but on a different level. Literally, yes. You should do grass walls to make it easier. That would work. Someone's name is Spaghetti. Would you like that person? Okay. Well, the only person outside of maybe Alfredo or in a year when my base is ever actually even done that would physically even want to possibly go after a base like that would be Luderav. This would be another fun one. So this is for my Lord of the Rings enthusiasts. This is a Minas Morgul inspired base. There is, although it's not Alfredo's base of insanity and nuclear reactor craziness, this is also going to be very, very cool. There's some really cool elements. This is also a very off-grid designed base that you guys will also like. This is hence the reason I put the thumbnail. These bases are getting out of control or whatever it was. Like they really are. Gonna add on to your creative build and send it to you. Please do. Please do. Lude and Timber walked with off-grid. Yeah, me and Lude walked in Grounded 1, so off-grid could run in Grounded 2. But this is Minas Morgul. So it's only fitting that we just kind of start off with a fly around, because this is also pure insanity. I mean, at Lord of the Rings, your first base is named Mothlorien. Nice. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. No sleep for you tonight. Sounds good. Yeah. So, I keep saying Alfredo. Luderav is also insane. Again, many off-grid insanity. The coolest freaking dragons we have seen to date. The curved wings. If you guys haven't seen, this is why I want everyone, if you're not part of our Discord, you can see stuff like this while Luderav and the gang, Chap, Shep, Alfredo, 117, like a bunch of really cool builders are building these things live in the Discord. Join the Discord and see how some of these things are built. See how things like curved wings are even possible on a dragon. Because, like, this is how you learn these things. Like, these are insane. Off-grids is insane, and these are insane, and everything's insane. Everyone's insane. Y'all are getting too good at this. And Luderav is hitting the point where he is almost hitting the build limit. So unfortunately, this build is kind of coming to a pause. But, I mean, my goodness, the scale. Yes, the Nazgul, exactly. Exactly. That is exactly what this is designed off. So, like, for your viewing pleasure, as if an off-grid build wasn't enough for tonight. Literal Minas Morgul. Some really cool wall designs here with the creepy eyes lit up. The green lighting and stuff is actually horrifying. As bad as your Enshrouded Castle, it's scary. It's real scary. So he has the horde of orcs all leaving the castle. The Nazgul flying around, the creepy lanterns. If you didn't see these are stacked sap sconces to create the chains. I can't even imagine we're gonna see everything without missing something, because Luderav is a devious man when it comes to layering base interiors. So there's a lot of interiors to go through here. Absolutely insane. If it is going to compete with off-grid, it's Luda. Yeah, it is. Respect the scorpion armor. Yeah, as the orcs, it is very fitting. Lud is off-grid is the king of off-grid. Luderav is the king of storytelling. He really is. The amount of detail that goes into a lot of his bases is quite incredible. And again, all of these walls, like, this is all individually placed grids in between these things. Like, that is how you get some of this insanity. The guns, welcome in. Or welcome in on the other platform. Yeah. But very cool. This is very difficult to place this perfectly as well. Making me want to get on that creative grind, but I don't think I have the ambition to compete with this right now. So I'll leave it to the experts. This is horrifying. Creepy eyes, the Eye of Sauron. The secret stair leading to Sirius Ungol or Shelob. If only we had a way to visualize Shelob in this game. I mean, Shelob's just a big spider, right? So, like, in theory, you could just use a big spider. I guarantee we're gonna miss something. This base is freaking huge. So many ins and outs. This is what everyone could aspire to. Is this the Shelob? I want to say something like this would be like perfect for it. How's this running better than your castle in the same area? That's a good question. This is running very well. I am actually really impressed with all the lighting and stuff and how big it is. It does run very, very well. A toilet, of course, Lude. A full-size stuffed axle, yeah, that would work well. Guys in jail. Yeah, I think these guys are in jail. This is creative. Yeah, this is creative. Got like dungeons here. These frickin' chandeliers look sick. Loving this. I'm not sure. I will say maybe some of the early built stuff is not as optimized as newer built stuff. This is a semi-newer build for Luderav. He's been working on this for a minute, but I'm not 100% sure on all of that. Dude, these lights are so cool. I think I'll be making any of this. Don't have the same inspiration to pull from. It's more a build on the spot. Yeah, I'm very similar, though. You can still build cool things. You don't have to just take inspiration from movies. But Luderav absolutely loves Lord of the Rings. So he takes a lot of inspiration from that. Love this floor design. Dude, the scale is so much larger than it actually seems. I want to know where he gets the plans for a place like this to design the interiors, because, like... Why is the guy watching him poop? It's because it's Luderav. That's why. Because you can. Slight turning staircase, hallway is sick. Yes. It's so good. Like, Lud has built some off-grid stuff, but this is getting to another level of... This is getting to an off-grid level of off-grid, you know? As we're learning. Nordweaver is Shelob. She ain't as big as Axel. Axel would be ungoliant. Yeah. I think that might be it, specifically. Unfortunately, Lud is now asleep, so he can't explain some of the finer details to us. And I do very much enjoy Lord of the Rings. I do not have... Oops. I do not have the inner knowledge that Lud has. Why did you let me do that, Lud? Oh, now we're lagging. Did I crash? Are we good? I froze. Oh, it's an autosave, that's why. You can save. You can do it, game. So it lags. A little. We're totally frozen right now. I might have to reload. Dang, autosaves ruin everything. I don't know why this part of the base is lagging everything. Torture room for Gollum, right? Oh, we're good. We're back. We're live. Uh-oh. It's so laggy. Game does not like this area. Hello? Hello? I'm frozen. I can't do anything. I think everything's frozen. Oh no. Did everything crash? My whole computer's frozen. Oh. Let me quit so I can get back into the base. Oh. Oh no. I can't even escape right now. Like, actually stuck. Oh no. Okay, one sec. Let me reload. Ludamite is the first to break your PC. That was close. That was very close. I don't know if I've ever frozen quite that bad. Gonna load a different save. Did not like the back of that area. Lived in New Zealand and hiked across Tongariro, Mordor. That's awesome. That'd be really cool. I've watched a couple guys. I can't remember the YouTube channel, but they make Warhammer figures and not figures. They make Warhammer like Lord of the Rings battlescapes, and they did some building in some of the New Zealand areas. They're like a New Zealand based YouTube channel. And they built off of some of that in the actual locations, which is pretty cool. We're back. We're alive. Don't fall in the back of the base. Good to know. The rest of the base, totally fine. The back of the base, not okay. We'll just avoid that. So many details, Lude. This is nuts. I don't know if the world can handle a Ludarav and an off-grid build night. My computer can't handle it, that's for sure. Tune in next time when Timber unveils his new PC. Yes. I was talking just last week about how beastly my computer is, but not good enough. Not good enough. Oh, there's just so many details, dude. Get lost in it all. Again, just so much going on everywhere. Bid to Hobbited when a workshop trespassed onto the farm where Aragorn broke his toe to recreate the scene. A hardcore Lord of the Rings nerd. Well, you are in the right place. You and Lude would get along quite well. If you haven't seen Ludarav's Grounded 1 stuff, you do very much need to go check out his Grounded 1 stuff. He's built some very cool Lord of the Rings vibe. He also tried to rebuild in Playgrounds. He tried to rebuild Mordor and broke the game. Broke everything. Literally, the game just stopped working. Could not handle it. We saw most of this. Yeah. Just lost. Lost in this maze. Okay, that's where the computer breaks. Don't go that way. I mean, it's a massive base outside, but it's honestly kind of insane how big it actually gets. Dude, like, look at those wings. Insane. I'm getting lost. What if we have to go to the outside to get back around? I have to go down to go up, maybe? Perhaps. Per maybe. I am pretty surprised at, I mean, other than the back area, I'm pretty surprised at how well this runs. Here we go. Like, no detail is spared in a loot rab build. Look at these freaking dragons, dude. Loot also needs to do something like this in Playgrounds. I feel like I'm just promoting it all the time, but there's so much potential for storytelling the way he builds. Yeah, I mean, he said he is because this build is about to hit the build limit, he is going to be experimenting with Playgrounds, I think. So between you and him, like teaching him the way of Playgrounds on how to like utilize some of the systems, dude, this could be so fun. It would be get so absolutely ridiculous. Scared to fall in a hole and break my entire computer. No, it's so cool. Wow. It's just like the scale is so big. My jaw is all messed up from going to the dentist today. I had to keep my mouth open all day. Keeps popping. I mean, my goodness. Hello? Like frozen, but not. There we go. Love to work on a map with Lude. Dude, I don't know if the game could handle that. I honestly don't know if the game could handle something like that. The crazy part is this is just like the outer shell of the whole thing. Is what's nuts. Like, that was so big, and this is just the outer walls of the base. Like, this is actually insane. You guys, game crashes and I don't even have anything like that? Yeah. I mean, I got a really high-end PC, so that definitely helps. But the game is not running well right now. I can tell you that. It's doing funky stuff. It's doing funky stuff. It's not liking me right now, I can tell you that much. It's strong, but strong from 5 years ago probably would be a snail on mine. The way it looks like they're starting to pour green fire as you're getting closer, yes. It's like the way they the way the lights render in is really cool. Oh, this dragon doesn't have fire. These ones do though. Like they're actually spitting like green fire. Man, I wish the lighting rendered better in this game. That's one of my biggest things. Send this to the devs and let them know we all have aspirations to build this much to help with optimization. Yeah. I mean, I've sent them mine. I had Chap send his. I've had a couple people send. I'm pretty sure Lude sent one or two of his. The issue is, like, Lude needs build limit. The unlimited build limit for creative is the current problem. He would go forever. But this is freaking insane. So cool. I love that it, like, the lights look so cool as they render in. Imagine seeing this whole thing with all the lights rendered, though, the entire time. I mean, I need to get my new PC finished. It probably does. Probably does. If only they weren't so expensive right now. I mean, look at, like, all the lighting is so cool. So cool. This is like 25% of what the whole build's gonna be. And he's like building this whole thing out. Gonna build out all this interior, build out the rest of this interior. Like, with your current issues though, would have to get Linux to work on it. Oh, the pain. The pain. I don't again, I don't have words. I don't have words for what you guys are building with some of this stuff. Like, it's getting to that point of just insanity. Need to get it wired. Nice. You're close. Close. I love these. We got to watch Lude in Discord the other night building one of these wings, which was really fun to see. And he screwed it up, so I got to watch him get pissed and have to destroy part of it. It was funny. I think it was one of these. I was laughing. Just crazy art. It is. It is absolutely insane. I don't even... yeah. Again, no words. No words for this. I think it's so cool that you can build stuff like this in this game. It's so impressive. Just every part of it. There's so many details that you can't even, like, see. Because so little renders in at times. Rebuilding a fantasy land in this game? It is. It is. It's very fun. I mean, like in Minecraft, when my buddy and I in college rebuilt the entire Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time map in Minecraft, and then he modded it so it was a playable game. It's fun. It's really fun to rebuild, like. And it's like you get to take your own creative, like, juices and kind of, you have to make it your own. You have to make it from this game. So it becomes your own creation and stuff at the same time. Loot and Offgrid should just earn the Ascended Builder titles from their builds. I don't disagree. Could you imagine just walking to the park as like a police officer and seeing this? Yes. Who's gonna build Hyrule? Any takers? Dude, that'd be so sick. Building Alagacia from Aragon. Dude. There's so many cool things out there you could build, honestly, though. I was building Breath of the Wild in Minecraft. I have seen that, actually. I have seen that. Oh, they like drip. I love the way these render in. Like dripping fire. Looks so cool. I hate that it has to render in and that you can't see the lights from further away, but I love the way these, like, it's almost like running fire. Green fire. Yeah, I haven't seen the Breath of the Wild Minecraft build in a while, but there were some really cool things. Well, this is insane. This is the last we're probably going to see of Ludorav's build here. He's like over 3/4 of the way through the build limit at this point in creative, so I think he's going to be taking a break here soon, but like we will be revisiting this as he gets more build limit. He built exponentially more than this in Grounded 1, so I know we'll get there eventually, but this is nuts. Gonna attempt Hyrule Castle and Grounded, see you in 2 years? Yeah. That'd be cool, though. That'd be so freaking cool. I'd love to see it. Would love to see it. Talking Hulk slang now. Hulk is like raging fire while Thor is smoldering fire. True, true. Which Hyrule Castle? Oh, man. I just can't get over these dragons. I said I was going to build dragons in my base, and then I saw Ludes, and I was like, we're not building dragons. We're not going to build dragons. I'm not going to. No, we're good. We're good. Call it. Cut it. Maybe if we get the Handy Nat in sometime this century in survival and we get custom mode, like, maybe, but, like, right now, not building this. SNES being the easiest, though. Ministereth would be cool, too. Yeah. Someone built that in Shrouded. That was really cool. Breath of the Wild Castle, because again, tour it on your Switch. That's the right way to do it. Having the reference material makes a huge, huge difference. Well, Lude, this was insanity. I've seen images and stuff, but it just does not live up to seeing the real thing and how large this scale is. Actually insane. Again, no words. As always, no words to describe how cool this frickin' is. and how, like, again, very similar to Off-Grid's build, the placement of you guys, like, with the grids is so freaking good. It's so consistent. Like, such attention to detail. Log on to Hogwarts Legacy for castle inspiration all the time. That's a great way to do it. I love Hogwarts Legacy. It's such a good game. Yeah, this is... You guys are insane. I can't make... I physically cannot make anyone go after Off-Grid and Luderav tonight. Like, as much as I would love to keep streaming till 11, like, I cannot make you guys do that. It's like, that's the limit. That's all anyone can truly handle. Alfredo, if there's another pack, we can rip another pack, and I can show off the new cards to the collection real quick before we end stream here. If you guys aren't interested in the Pokemon cards I picked up from this weekend, no worries. No worries. I don't expect everyone to enjoy it. 1 through 7, Alfredo, while I grab the packs. Seven again. I have to stop picking 7. Pick 7 again. Still gonna suck though compared to them. Yeah, your creative build for next weekend. Gonna grind it. Sounds good. Sounds good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. All right, we got a perfect order pack for Alfredo here. If you just came for Tour Tuesday, I appreciate you all hanging out with me. We'll spend a few minutes here talking about some Pokemon BS because I went to a card show this weekend as a celebration of my birthday. Got some fun things, so we're going to show those off to Alfredo because he was curious. And we got a perfect order pack, Alfredo, which the last one that I have in this set. Dedenne, Fletchling, Ariados, Binacle, Vivillon, Lumiose City, Diggerby, Rosa's Encouragement. I want the full art Rosa's Encouragement. Nose Pass. Hey, and a new card. We got a Skarmory EX. That's a hit. Mega Skarmory EX. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a hit for the night. It's a hit. It's a win. But we'll show off the hits from the card show. Let's see. What all did we get? I got this reverse Growlithe from, what was it? Supreme Victories? I can't remember, but this is a very difficult to find one. So that was good. Got a Crash. Good building, everyone. See you next time on Off-Grid's Commitment to Insanity. You're okay too, Timber? Dude, I feel like an amateur. I'm just here to show off cooler things than I can do at this point. That is truly how it feels. What else did we get? What else? It was mostly Arcanine cards this week, I think. Was very happy with this pickup. I've been looking for Blaine's Growlithe, one of my favorites, from Gym Challenger. I still need the first edition one, but this was a good pickup. Have a great night. Don't let Off-Grid's build bite. Right, exactly. But this was a huge pickup. I love this card. And I got a good deal on it. I got a very good deal on it. Ooh, another great one I was very happy about, as I'm collecting every Growlithe ever made, and that includes cards that just have Growlithe in the card. As you can see him just right here. He's just on this overly expensive Pikachu from 151. He's just hanging out in the corner. Picked this one up. That was a great pickup. I love this card. It's a very beautiful card. Picked up a couple kind of like fan cards as well. These were like super cheap, just like $1 or $2, but those were fun. I did pick up the first edition Shadowless Arcanine, which hard to find. Very hard card to find in this day and age, and not in horrible condition. I wasn't going to spend $200 on this card, so I found like a I don't know, heavy played, like slightly damaged card. It's got some denting, got a little bit, but no like major creases, like one small crease in the corner. But it's like a $200 card, and I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $200 on that card specifically. Picked up. What else did we get? One of my favorites. Absolutely love Alfredo. Alfredo got me this in a PSA 10. But I got the English version finally, which I'm very happy about. Love this card. So hard to see. Great full art. Just got back in time. Let's go. Need to see all of the background Growlithe cards one day. I love those kinds of collections. Yeah, I still need a bunch of them. I do still need a bunch of them, but it's coming together. I got some really random ones. What was it? What was it? Cosmos. So like I'm having like the harder parts of this one is there's like 3 versions of this card. So there's the reverse, the hollow, and then this is the Cosmos hollow, which is like a promo card. That only comes from like a blister pack you can get. So I'm like collecting everything made that you could possibly get. So that was a good little pickup. I picked up a lot of cheaper cards. The Blaine's Arcanine was like 80, 90 bucks. The Pikachu with the Growlithe in the background, 80, 90 bucks as well. But the rest were pretty inexpensive. Little, I think this is like a Indonesian card. Just a shiny Growlithe, some like fun little ones. And then I picked up, finished this page off. I pulled all these on stream. The First Partners, where is it? The First Partners collection. Sorry, hard to see with all the glare. But I didn't have the Litten, the Poplio, and the Rowlet. So I traded a card for those. I traded a Latios full art. So I got the full collection of those. Very happy about that. I feel like there was a couple other smaller ones, but a lot of them were just like $1 cards, but like very difficult to find. Very difficult to find cards. Going for a legit full master set in English. Yes, like legit. And not English. Like I'm going for a master set in the sense that I am collecting every Arcanine ever made. So I'm not going to get every Japanese card ever made. Like in theory, if I finish the English, I may start collecting some of the Japanese and stuff, especially because it's cheaper. But a great example is like a master set in the sense that like this is a card I still need. Really hard to see in this. But this is a Chinese exclusive Fearless Terrastal one. You can only get this in Chinese from the Fearless Terrastal set. And so since it's an exclusive, I'm getting that. There's like Pokemon Web. Really hard, like, gonna be hard to see on my black and white printouts and stuff, but there's like an Arcanine Japanese exclusive card. There's a couple versions of that. So like if there's an exclusive, I'm going for that as well. There's a couple cards similar with like Growlithe. This is like a Top Sun Japanese card. It's kind of a weird off thing, but I want to get everything. Just had an Arcanine SV promo PSA 9 I bought, delivered yesterday. Looks so good. That's awesome. Love to hear it. And I do have, I mean, like, I trying to get the Fearless Terrastal because it's almost a $300 Arcanine card, the one I was just showing a second ago. This Chinese exclusive, I know, a little hard to see in black and white. But I bought a handful of, it was like $50 for a booster bundle of that. So, like, I will say, like, I pulled the Arcanine EX in Chinese. I pulled the Growlithe. I pulled 2 Growlithe cards in Chinese as well. So, like, those are part of the collection. I'm kind of up for anything and everything that I can get. I think I pulled this. This is a Diamond and Pearl. I got that at the card show as well. Just a common card, but slowly collecting them all. Series 2 coming out soon for the First Partners 2. Yes, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Some cool extended art frames for those that look cool. Yeah, definitely watered down your collection in a way that feels more manageable to start for a Gengar collection, but I'm super happy with the concept. Dude, Gengar is just... Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow Arcanine. Dude was trying to sell it for $900 because they're just so hard to come by. I'm probably going to have to buy, like, a heavy played one that is, like, it'll be a good binder option. But to get, like, a near mint or, like, really light played option, it's just, like, so freaking expensive that it just doesn't make sense at the end of the day to spend that much. Now I'm, like, earning money on the side and stuff to do some of this. So I'm not like hurting the piggy bank all that much. Because it's like, oh, I sold a couch that we don't want anymore, and I sold did some detailing and some things like that. But overall, like, try not to spend a bunch of money out of my actual bank account. I got this as well, I think. Pretty sure that was another pickup. Just another common card, but some of these, the older common cards, especially the vast majority of the cards in this collection are near mint or very light played, unless it's like the first edition Shadowless Arcanine that I'm not spending $200 on a first edition non-hollow. I got this as well. I didn't have this one. I have the unlimited version, but I got the first edition Blaine's Growlithe as well, which was a fun pickup. But yeah, Gengar is just, it's so, if you wanted to master set Gengar, it's $20,000-$30,000 in ungraded, which is insane. If you watch Deep Pocket Monster, he has he tried to do the whole thing, and he spent an insane amount of money. But the collection's coming together. It's getting there. I don't know, we can show it off, the whole thing, little by little, page by page. We still have many, many cards to get. These first pages are incredibly difficult to get. They're just really hard cards to find. But it's been a fun challenge to get everything. In a card shop so much recently, my wife now wants to start a Bulbasaur binder, and she wants to get into Pokemon. Wasn't into Pokemon. That's so awesome, though. But, I mean, a lot of these pages are getting filled up. So, like, another one I got recently for the off-art cards is a Sword and Shield promo with a Growlithe just in the background behind the Score Bunny there. Just anything and everything Growlithe and Arcanine. Definitely encouraging it. It's fun though. That's awesome. But I'm having a lot of fun. And I love just the collection of just randomness, you know? It makes you excited for cards that are $1. Whereas like there was people at the card show spending 10 grand on a card, and I'm like, dude, I'm not about that. 10 grand's too much. We have a ton of Arcanine cards. And there's thousands of dollars of cards I would need to complete this thing. So I'm not rushing. Definitely not rushing to finish this. It's gonna be a long haul. But we're doing good, all things considered. Some randomness. Some extra, these are some like extra Growlithe cards and stuff that I recently been trying to get. Yeah, this is just trade and stuff, but it's been fun. A lot of the cards in there are just a couple bucks. I was fully expecting to go in spending the $700 or whatever that I budgeted for it, that I had in cash from selling things, and didn't get as much. Bases were insane tonight, my guys. Heading out. Sounds good. Pais Rakosh. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Sent you your Xbox gamer tag on Discord. Sounds good, smoking. Thank you. Appreciate you hanging out with us as well. But yeah, the card show was really fun. Highly suggest. If you enjoy card collections, anything like that, the card show was very fun. I went with my brother. We had a great time. We got to hang out for we were there for like 4 or 5 hours almost, just like looking through binders, making deals, looking up comps and stuff. Already working on the creative world? Let's go, D-Guns. Let's go. It was fun. It was a good time. A really good use of an afternoon, just getting out and hanging out, meeting nice people. Even though I didn't find as many cards. Literally, I bought every single Arcanine card that I found other than the Reverse Hollow Legendary Collection Arcanine. That was $900 that I wasn't going to pay because it was way over comp. But got one of your biggest card shows in Australia this weekend. Dude, that's so awesome. There's a card show again. The same card show or whatever is going to be back in November. So I'm saving up again. Planning on going to one in a few weeks. Definitely looking forward to it. Good. download TCG Player, price charting, like go download all the apps, comp everything. If you go in and just pay sticker price, you're probably getting a decent deal, but like every single card that I bought, the majority of them, there was a couple, like the $900 card, I think was way over comp. I don't think he was necessarily completely deranged because there's so few of those cards in good condition like he had it. But I think it was just like this is a hard card to find, and I'm just going to get as much money as possible out of it because I think the market's there right now. Download the apps before you go. Comp cards, like understand what you're trying to buy more than anything. And like don't be afraid to like stand at a booth for 15 minutes. Because if you just go, like you could spend it and you're probably getting a market deal. Every single card that I picked up this weekend, I got at least 10 to 15, if not 20 or $30 less than market price. Not everyone's going to make that deal with you, but the vast majority of the dealers, the guys that own these tables, are going to make a deal with you. So like even the bigger cards, like the Blaine's Arcanine that I got for like, I think market's 100 and I got it for like 90. And that's a solid deal on those. So like know what you're buying. Don't just buy, because there are dealers that are like just are going to have really bad comps right now. Like most are really cool. Most are really good people. But there are scumbags for sure that are just overpricing everything. And because people don't put the effort in, download TCG Player, look up the comps on eBay, have the eBay app. Like, don't be afraid to look at the cards, because if you show them, now if you're looking at like a near mint card and you look up a comp for a damaged card, like they're not going to do that. But like find stuff that's similar, look it up on TCG Player, look it up, and you will get a decent deal on stuff. And you could save, I mean, I saved $100 easily on what their sticker prices were, and no one even batted an eye. Most people I offered 20 below their sticker, and we met at 10, like at worst, because most of them are good about it. If you're smart about it, I think you could sniff the scumbags out pretty quickly. Yeah. And like the guy, like he wasn't a scumbag, like he wasn't like a scalper loser, but he was definitely like, hey, I got a rare card and I'm pretty sure someone will buy it for a ridiculous price right now. And you can get scammed very easily. So spend the time. It's worth spending time at the booth and not just like seeing a sticker and going, ooh, buy it. I want that card. You can always save money. You can always save money. And most of the time, like look at the condition, understand conditioning, like light near mint versus light play versus moderate play versus heavy play versus damage. Like the pricing is so vastly different. And so like know what you're buying, because someone will mark it as near mint pricing and it's light played. If it has any whitening on the edges, that's light played. And so like you could save $100 on really expensive cards for stuff like that. Trade for a 151 booster bundle and pulled a demigod pack. Dude, that's so cool. Went to your first card show on Saturday. It was awesome. Yeah, my first card show on Saturday as well. That's awesome. What's up, Honey Jukes? Welcome in. It's the same as Paige. Okay. I've never heard anyone pronounce it the way you did. Sounds good, Paige. I assumed it was something that was not English, so I gave it a shot. Is there any chance you guys are going to meet each other? Who? Who specifically? But yeah, have fun at your card shows. They're really fun. There's a lot of really good people. I would say cards, good deals. Sealed, bad deals. Don't buy sealed. They were so expensive at the card shows. You can definitely find cheaper sealed product. That was the only thing. But since you guys are going the same night, there could have been a chance. Oh, you're saying Bacal or Bacal? Potentially. I don't know if they're in Central Oregon. That's only if they were there in the Central Oregon card show. So you were at the Central Oregon card show? Dude, that's freaking insane. Yeah, I was there. I was there from like 10:30 till like 3, walking around with my brother. Dude, that's freaking awesome. That's insane. We could have met. That would have been insane. First viewer I would have met in person. I was there about the same time. Dang, that's so cool. Dang, I wish I would have seen you. I was pretty much like this. Just, I guess I wasn't wearing a hat, so that would have been the only thing. The issue was it was packed. There was so many freaking people there. It was like elbow to elbow. You were like squeezing through, trying to wait for binder, like to see in the cheap binders and stuff. It was so busy. It was insane. I kept talking to vendors and they were like, dude, the last time it was so empty compared to this. They were like, this is freaking absolutely ridiculous. There were so many people. AC not cranked on at first was awful. Yeah, it did get warm. I was wearing like a light like crew neck or like pullover, like not a hoodie, but a light jacket with like a 3-button, and then just like some black pants and gray shoes. But yeah, it got toasty after a while. There's a lot of people there. Had a hoodie on with your hair down, big mistake. Yeah, I almost took my jacket off at one point, but then it started cooling down. But yeah, there was 120 tables. Like, it was so cool. I had a freaking blast. So I'll be there in November. If you're going to the one in November, I'm 100% going to the one in November with my brother. I think it's like November 7th. So if you're going to that, let me know. You located around here? Yeah, I'm in Bend. Yep, Bend, Oregon. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you're going in November. Then I will be there. Little did we know, we're so close to each other. That's freaking awesome. Did I just start something? Maybe. That's crazy, though. That's so cool. You've lived here since 2014? Nice. Yeah, I've been 5 years in June. I've been in Bend, but I grew up. So, like, my parents grew up in Bend. And then moved to Portland for work. And then they retired almost 10 years ago now, back and moved back to Bend. So, I mean, they had a rental here for 20-something years that we'd come and stay in, just a small little apartment. We'd come skiing at Bachelor and stuff. So I can't say I grew up in Bend, of course, but I was here like every single weekend in winter. I've known Bend for a very, very long time. So I've been coming to Central Oregon for a really long time, and my grandparents lived here, my aunt and uncles lived here, so deep roots in Bend. And then my wife and I moved here when my parents retired and raising the family. But yeah, have you been to like Samurai's? My brother and I go to Samurai's a decent amount. Double K has been a good shop. We check that out every couple weeks now. It's been fun. I'm enjoying the card scene here. It's not huge, but don't know if I could show this. This looks so ugly. No worries. Crowds are a deterrent for me, but I definitely want to go to a few shows. The great thing is, like, it's busy, but, like, you're not interacting with everyone. You're only interacting with the people selling. Like, so it's, like, it's a lot of people, but everyone's, like, cards. They're in their binders. They're in other people's binders. They're staring. So it's, like, the interaction is, like, very minimal. It's very, very minimal. So it's like, as someone who I don't love huge crowds as well, I'm fine with them, but like I'm not there to I'm not gonna go make 100 friends. Like that's just not who I am. I had a blast. Like it's exhausting. It really is exhausting to we hit every single table. We looked at every single card. We looked at every single binder. We looked at the back rooms, the side rooms. Like we went to every single booth in the entire thing. And I was dead at the end of it. My back was killing me. My legs hurt. But like looking, making deals, like shopping around was really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. The back rooms, you say. Yeah, they had back rooms. Don't live too far from you in the Tri-Cities. Nice. I've been there quite a few times. Just wondering, have you started any of your binder pages with art inlays? And from earlier, definitely I already have a tailored Gengar wish list on your TCG app. Perfect. No, go in with a budget. Go in cash. Bring cash. You will get better deals giving cash. People are much happier because then they're not paying a bunch of tax on it. Like they're not Let's be honest. They're not putting their taxes in when they're getting a bunch of cash at these shows. Let's just be honest. Bring cards to trade if you have them. I know you probably haven't opened a ton of stuff, but if you have stuff to trade, like, don't be afraid to try. Just like hand them a binder and say anything from here back is for trade. I traded $35 card for $30 worth of cards. So I got 3 cards from it, and I was like, it was a card I didn't really want, and I got cards I did want. Cash is absolutely king. Sometimes it's really laggy on the internet, so it can be difficult with the apps and stuff and like payment and all that. And then like someone's like, I only use Cash App. I only use Venmo. Will you take PayPal? Like, oh, it becomes exhausting. So like having exact cash, bring dollars, fives, tens, 20s, 50s, hundreds, like have everything known to mankind, know exactly what you're willing to spend, because there are so many freaking cool cards. If I wasn't only collecting Arcanine and Growlithe, I would have spent $10,000. Like, there were so many cool cards, there were so many cool things. It would have been a problem. It was insane. But I have not done the art. I did see that message earlier. I haven't put the art inlays yet because I want to get a little further in the collection, because it's just hard. It's hard to know how I want to lay things out when there's still cards that I'm still like trying to figure out. It's easier on the full pages that I have done, but I'm trying to be a little patient with it, and trying to get the collection a little further along before I start moving too much around, because it's also like 100-something cards. Like, you move one card, you have to move everything behind it, and my brain just hasn't had the energy to do that yet, but it will get there. It will 100% get there. I was surprised a lot of vendors accept lower priced cards. One took like $70 normal EX that we had. Yeah. I think they're all, I mean, for them, it's like you have to think of it when you're spending. So if you sell cards, your inventory goes away. And so you gain money, but you lose inventory. And so trading is a great way to increase the value of your inventory without actually losing the inventory itself. And so you have to balance trading and buying and selling, because that's the only way you increase overall inventory. Because if you sell everything, then you have nothing, and then you just have to go spend more money to make more money. Because it's like they're there as a service to people looking for cards, and that's why they're taking 80, 85%, whatever it is. Most people took about 80 or 85% trade. I think I took 80% trade is pretty good. It's what you can hope for with trades. The idea is like you're getting rid of a card that you don't want and that someone could make $5 on. Like, let's be honest, like a $30 card, dude's making $5 on it. So I'm helping him, a nice guy, make a living and enjoy something he enjoys. And I'm getting a card, like cards that I actually want, with a card that I pulled that I'm not super excited about, the Latias full art card. It's a nice card, but I wanted to finish my promos, and so I prefer that. Go show you what I started with my binder. I have a 4-pocket binder, so each page has a Ghastly, Haunter, and a Gengar from sets in chronological order, with the fourth pocket having an art for the pack it came from. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, I was really happy. I mean, if I made really good deals, everyone was really nice about it. Like, I was like, hey, like, the odds of you selling this Growlithe reverse holo card are like super low at $45. Would you take 30? And they're like, yeah, I'll take 30. Like, let's do it. I'm never going to sell that card. Like, I'm looking for weird, obtuse things that not everyone wants. And people are like, hey, I had a guy like, oh, he saw my binder, because the Arcanine Growlithe master set has the Arcanine Growlithe binder. And the guy was like, he gave me a deal on a card because he like looked at my binder and he saw the organization. He saw all the printouts, and he's like, dude, this is $5. He's like, this is like $10, $15 card. Take it for $5. Just take it for $5. I want to help the collection. This is too cool. And so it's like, if you have fun with it, if you're enjoying it, if you're nice to the vendors, they'll make deals with you. Like, they're there to have fun. They want to extend. The good vendors want to extend the hobby. They want to keep people coming back. They want to have people have fun. So it's a good time. Trying to have a no buying/selling policy for your first show to learn the show ins and outs. Otherwise, I know I will throw money away. You have to be very careful. You have to know what you want. Is someone my first card show? I know cards. I watch a lot of like content on cards, buying, selling. I'm learned. I deep dive into stuff. I know life it. So I learn the market. I know the sealed market. I know the card market. I know what I want to pay. I know what's fair, what's overpriced about the things that I want. And I did a lot of research before going into the show. Like, I'd say if you didn't buy or sell anything at your first show, that's what the show is. So try to enjoy it. But just if you go in with like, hey, I'm only going to spend $50. I'm only going to spend $20. Like, spend a little, buy a little, sell a little, just get your toes wet with it. Cause I think what you have to learn about shows is it's the deal making. It's the negotiating, because anyone there that's like, no, sticker price, like, walk away. If they're like not even willing to negotiate, they're making, if it's $20, they mark up their card $20, they can make 15. Like, a good vendor will walk down $5, and that's how you know you're working with someone. But what you want to do at the car shows is I think the most important part of them is like you're learning how to make deals. You're learning how to comp cards, which is really important. So if you don't do any of that, you're missing out on like what the show's really about. It's like getting your feet wet. So I wouldn't hesitate on spending just a little bit, or selling just a little bit, or trading just a little bit, but get your feet wet, just like, as I said, again, just a little bit, because you have to do it to learn it. I picked up a card and I was like, that Blaine's Arcanine was one of the first deals I made. I was in my hand like this. I was like, I don't know how to negotiate. I don't know what I'm doing. He was doing like a $3,000 deal next to me, and I have this $100 card in my hand, and I'm like, oh, I saw comps for like 80 to 90 for around this condition. Would you take 90? And he was like, let's do it. Deal. Let's do it. That's a great job. I love your binder. Like, perfect. I'd love to add it to the collection. And then you're like, oh, this is really fun. Like, but if you don't learn the comping of cars, if you don't learn how to look it up, that's what made it really fun, though, is like you're sitting there like, ooh, okay, like, this is what I think is a fair price for this. Like, market's 90. I'm going to offer him 80. We'll meet in the middle at 85. The easiest way to think about the whole thing is like anything that you offer, they're going to meet you in the middle. So if it's a $100 card, offer 80, he's going to come back at 90, and you're probably going to get $10 off. Maybe you'll walk him down to 85. A good vendor is not going to be offended by your offer unless you're like, it's a $900 card and it actually is a $900 card and you offer him $400. Like, that's the only way they're going to be like, dude, come on. We all know better than that. But that was the fun part of it. It is really fun. You'll get good at it. I've been doing Facebook Marketplace deals and stuff to like get used to it. I find cards on Facebook Marketplace in my area to like understand the market, how to wheel and deal a little bit. Because like they're trying to make a little money, they're trying to give you a good deal on a card that you want. Like, that's what the good vendors do. And if you miss that, it's kind of a missed opportunity for future ones, because you just got to do it. You got to try it a little bit, but don't overextend yourself 100%. Like, I agree. If cash is tight, sell a card to buy a card, trade a card to get a card. Like, not everything has to be, here's $100 and I'm out $100. Like, don't be afraid to trade. If you have cards to trade, don't be afraid to, like, if you're collecting a specific, go in with an idea. What do you like to collect? If you're master setting, like Perfect Order or Ascended Heroes or whatever it is, like, don't be afraid to find the dollar cards. There's like, my brother and I both got a free card because the guy was like, I don't feel like doing $100, like $1 on this. Like, just take it. I was like, I don't have any dollars left. Could you break a 20? And he's like, just take it. It's less than $1. Just take it. It's all good. And so it's like, you learn how to negotiate and navigate through the whole things. And I think that's really fun. But do not overextend yourself, because it's really, really, really easy to overspend at them. Yeah, I could have easily spent $900 without even batting an eye if I would have just bought everything that I thought was cool. Did it away so I can upgrade the rare versions of each art, and the back of it is more heavy hitters. That's awesome. Love it. Do you have any Yukimori cards laying around I can buy or trade? Your girlfriend is doing a binder. I do not. I don't have any Yukimori cards that I know of. Maybe if they're in some bulk, like, but my bulk and stuff, I just got back into collecting like 8 months ago. So the majority of things I have are outside of Arcanine cards, which there's no Yukimori cards for. I don't think there's a single Yukimori, Arcanine, or Growlithe card. So unless it's like Twilight Masquerade in 4, so I have like a chunk of like Scarlet and Violet sets. I don't think I have any Sword and Shield like cards. If there's anything you know of that's like Scarlet and Violet forward, I could take a look. If you know something specifically, you could just message me on Discord and I'll look. They're yours if I got them. Because everything in my bulk is not a value to me. It's like I'd be happy to hand it away. When it was $20 traded and sold, about 650 worth of cards. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great way to do it. You can make money. You can further extend your trading and like your future buying and getting sealed product to open or whatever you like doing. I learned a ton about everything. Actually, the Deep Pocket Monster Gengar series you recommended helped me decide on doing my binder the way I decided. That's awesome. It was such a good series. Such a good video. No, I'm not starting with trading and selling your Phantasmal Zard. Do you have a Phantasmal Zard? I'm so jealous. I want that so freaking bad. Oh. Easily the best Charizard card ever made. Hands down. I don't think there's anything as cool as that card. There's a lot of cool Zard cards, but that one is by far the coolest one ever made. But yeah, Bakal, definitely let me know. If there's something Scarlet and Violet forward, I've opened Journey Together. I don't have any 151. Twilight Masquerade. Black Bolt, White Flare. Scarlet and Violet base set, Mega Evolution. I've opened all the Mega Evolutions, Destined Rivals, Phantasmal, Ascended, Surging, Perfect Order, random Chinese stuff. I've opened a lot more like modern stuff. So if there's anything super modern, that's like, I know there's a lot of just like common cards, but if you send me a list of like more modern ones, I'll definitely look, and they're yours if I got them. Pulled it from like your 10th pack, locked down in a binder. Could probably pay for a couple collections I want to do, but is too damn beautiful to part with. I keep it. It's going to be such a good card to have in 10 years. Like, that thing is going to skyrocket in value over time because it's so freaking cool. I want it. I have one Phantasmal Flames ETB to open with that, and then some like random packs here and there that I've got, but I want it really bad. I have a Phantasmal Charizard PSA 10 in Japanese, but just not the SIR. Yeah, there's so many of them too. There's so many freaking Charizards, but the SIR is insane. Yeah, my buddy opened almost 200 packs of Phantasmal. And I think he did open 200 to get the Phantasmal Charizard. Like, literally 200 packs. It was a battle. And he pulled the gold one before he pulled the SIR one, and he was like, I hate that I'm mad about pulling this like $500-600 card, but he's like, I pulled the freaking gold Charizard, and I'm kind of mad at myself for being frustrated about pulling such a ridiculous card right now, but it's just not the Charizard that I've opened 200 packs for. It's so cool. I want that Gengar from Ascended too. I bought all my Ascended because I want the Mega Dragonite and the Mega Gengar. Those are, but I can't pay $1,500. It's like $1,700 for the Gengar right now. I can't do it. I gotta pull it. Gotta out of my 60 packs, 60s, probably like 30-40 packs of Ascended, and gotta hope and pray. 10th pack though is insane. I've had really good luck though. My buddy sent me a couple packs of White Flare and Black Bolt, and I pulled the Red Victini. I haven't opened a whole lot of Mega Evolutions base set. I pulled the Lucario battling the Venusaur SAR, which is it's such a sick card. And it's only $180. I'm like, that's a freaking crazy card. I love that one. I love Venusaur as well, so I'm excited about that. And now I'm contemplating, as I finish out my Arcanine binder, or get to the point where it's going to cost me thousands of dollars to finish it, I'm contemplating getting a Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise binder and starting to master set those. But Blastoise is, again, so freaking expensive at this point. So the older cards would be so hard to get. But those are like my next favorite set. So I'm tempted to start that one at some point, because I just love getting all the random cards. Pulled the gold Charizard from Phantasmal. It was your first big Pokemon pull. A PSA 9. Oh. I avoid graded at this point. It's so... If I pulled a card that was worth grading, I would contemplate grading it myself. But like buying graded cards is just like... It's like, here's $100 card that costs $1,000. And I'm like, I just don't... I can't afford that. Who can afford doing that? I think they're cool in the slabs, but ultimately they're just so freaking expensive in slabs that like unless you had this like ridiculous collection early on and you've been collecting Pokemon for 20 years, if I had all my freaking cards from when I was in 1990s and I had all that stuff and I could like continue the collection based on that stuff, I would absolutely be more into graded cards. But like right now it just feels like, well, my Blaine's Arcanine was $90 and in a PSA 10 it's like $1,000 and I can't afford that. And I can't put it in my binder for my collection, so it's like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because I prefer the binders. I think it's just more fun to have a big binder of cards than like, what do I do with this? Like, you get one of those big metal cases to put all your graded cards in. I'm like, then you can't even see half of them. Like, I want to show off the collection. So it's like, I don't know. It's like a double-edged sword. I like a couple. Like, Alfredo got me the PSA 10 Scarlet Violet Arcanine Full Art or SIR, whatever it is. And I'm like, that's sick. And I can display that in my little Pokemon display case. But I'm like, outside of that, like, what if you get 15 graded cards? What the heck do I do with all of them? How do I show them off? They just go into a bin and like I don't know what to do with them. Sent some One Piece to Beckett. Nice. That's awesome. It was pure luck. I think I only have like 1 or 2 more IRs. And no, you are just crazy. It was the biggest pull I got. Yeah, that's awesome. The gold cards specifically are really hard to pull. I tend to prefer the SIRs just because I like the art better, but the gold cards are so freaking hard to pull that it makes them worth so much more. Did pull the attack rare Mega Gengar from Ascended Heroes this past weekend, so I'm hoping the SIR isn't far behind. Dude, the attack rare is sick. I would happily take the attack rare Gengar or the attack rare Dragonite, but I really want the SIRs because they're so freaking cool. For some reason, I'm just having fun listening to you talk about something I don't know you're talking about, just building and creative. Hey, that's awesome. Love to hear it. We're all nerding out on our own things, right? That's what it's about. Enjoying the things you enjoy and having fun at the same time. I've gone so deep into the Pokemon game, it's ridiculous. I'm like all in. I enjoyed it so much as a kid. I'm sad I ever got out of it, but I was in college. I didn't have any money to buy cards anyways. I was broke as hell. So it was like, it didn't make sense. But I wish I would have like semi-stayed in it. But like I gave my cards to one of my buddies and he's probably feeling great about that because we had some really cool, rare, like first edition cards because we had started collecting when it first started. And we had some really good cards that we didn't play the game. So they just went straight into a binder. And I just gave them to him years and years and years ago, 15, 20 years ago. But it's been fun. It reminds me to be a kid. It reminds me to like enjoy myself at the end of the day. Like I have a 3-year-old now, so like enjoying the things, having fun with life. Just again, building things and grounded, buying Pokemon cards, whatever it is, skiing, mountain biking, just like remembering to have fun with everything. Not taking life so serious. Never get the Zard graded. No real graders in Australia, so need to go through a middleman for way extra money. Yeah, I can get that. I think until the graded system is fixed, I think that's what frustrates me about the graded system is like right now it's PSA is just the most value, but PSA is a scam in my mind because it's like you could put a card in on Wednesday and it would get a 10 and the next day, like literally the next day it would get a 9. And there's no system behind it. And like good companies like Tag who are using like AI and they're sending you like, hey, there's a dent in the bottom left corner and they're using like microscopic telescope or like they're literally using telescopes and stuff or whatever it is to like look at them in like a microscopic level and telling you exactly what's wrong with the card, and then you scan it on the QR code, and it's like, this is why your card got exactly this grade. But because it's such a transparent system, people are like, well, why would I go to Tag when they're gonna grade my potential 10 at PSA a 9, which is what it actually deserves? So they're going to go to PSA and they're going to grade it, and then they're going to bring it back, and if it gets an 8, they're going to crack it and then grade it again, and it's going to get a 10 the next time. But then PSA is like, their freaking lead times are like 6 months now. You're like, and then if it's like, oh, you sent in your Moonbreon, oh, it got a 10, well, now it's $300 to grade it. And I'm like, that's a scam. If you're sending in a card and they're upcharging you on it because it's a more valuable card, that's a scam. Like, that is the definition of a scam. And so it's like, it's so frustrating. Like, PSA in general is so frustrating to me. And the fact that, like, and then just like in general, people are like grading common cards, and it's like $25 to $80 to $100 to grade a card, and people are grading cards. Like, they're just, everyone's falling into this gambling system. Like, Pokemon's already a gamble as it is, and then it's like you have these people like falling into the hype of it because they don't know what they're doing, and so they're grading everything. And it's like, I'm seeing cards at the shows, and I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, why did this like $5 card get graded, and at a 10 it's worth $25, and it costs you $25 to grade it. So you're just losing $5 no matter what. Even if it's perfect grade, you're losing money. Or people like I got the red Victini from White Flare, and in a PSA 10 it's worth a crap ton of money. In a PSA 9 it's worth exactly what it's worth raw right now. And I'm like, why would I gamble $100 grading that card? For if it gets 10, then I'm going to get charged $200 for the grade. And like, it's just like a losing system. And so until the grading system becomes like, they make sense out of it all, I'm just like, I'm very, very hesitant. I think the graded cards look really cool. I fully understand the valuing of them, but then it's like the mechanics behind the grading companies and stuff right now are just like a little too shady for me to like really buy into. And until companies are like fully transparent, this is what it costs to grade a card no matter what the card is, unless like I could see like anything from 2,000 back is a higher cost to grade. That would make sense to me. But it's like, oh, well, nope, if you got a 9, your card's the $25 to grade. But if you got a 10, it's $300 for that grade because the card's worth $3,000. And I'm like, that stuff is like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's too much. Like, people are just trying to nickel and dime every cent out of the hobby right now. So it's like, it's so much easier to do deals on a raw card based on condition and not worrying about every single, oh, well, it's a PSA 10, but it's a low population card, and like that stuff gets crazy. And then you're like, oh, well, actually it's an old PSA card where their standards were worse. So it's actually probably a PSA 9, but they gave it a 10. And now it's harder to get a 10 because they're trying to like they don't want more 10s of a specific card because it devalues the whole entire population of those cards. And so, or if you're just like Logan Paul and you put a card in and you pay them $10,000, they're going to give you a 10 just because you're Logan Paul. Like that whole system kind of irks me a little bit. But enough about my rant. Buying low graded cards and cracking them because they are more valuable raw is the new meta. Honestly though, it's not wrong. Like, it's insane to me, some of the stuff people grade. Like, they're just like fallen so far into the hype that they think like, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm grading cards. And I'm like, no, you really have to know what you're doing. Like, you can't just grade cards. You really have to know what you're doing to make money grading cards. There's a lot of money to be made grading cards, but if you don't know what you're doing, you will just lose money. It's crazy. Only graded cards I have bought off eBay, not for value, but just display collection. Loved the games as a kid, so have on display my Gen 1 and Gen 2 favorite team. That's awesome. Bought a PSA 5, etc. for 2% price on higher graded cards. Yeah. I think there's a market for buying some of the random cards, and like, and there's a lot of people that do like PSA 1 collections, which I think is also kind of cool. Like, I'm a perfectionist, so like I'm gonna want a PSA. If I'm gonna get a PSA card or a graded card, I want a 10, and I don't want to spend $5,000 when the raw card is like $100, and it's like $5,000 in a PSA 10. I'm like, that hurts my bank account. But like I bought a raw card, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure the EX Sandstorm Reverse Hollow Arcanine that I have would probably get a 9. If I got lucky, it could get a 10, and it's probably worth a couple $1,000 because it's such a rare card in that condition. And I have a EX Legend Maker, technically Reverse Hollow EX Legend Maker stamped Growlithe card. That's also like probably a PSA 9. I bought it for, I don't know, $80, 80, 90 bucks. It's probably could be worth $1,000 in a graded 9. But I'm also like, if I send it there, I may never get it back. It might come back damaged. They might just grade it low because it's a bad day, or they might give it a 10 because it's Tuesday. I just like I don't love gambling. I like knowing what I'm buying, so I'm a little more hesitant with graded right now. I really hope companies like Tag take off, because I do really see the value, and like we are very specific. This is exactly how our standards are. Every card is graded the same to extremely scrutinous. Like a 10 is a 10 in Tag, but you can't gamble and get a 10 on a card that's actually a 9. Tag's not going to take off to the same degree, which is unfortunate. You need a PokeTalk channel in Discord? I don't disagree. That's a good idea. Yeah, I don't disagree. We could probably do that. All right, enough babbling from me about randomness. I'm going to call it here. I appreciate you guys chilling with me and talking PokeTalk. I will definitely think about adding a Poke channel so we can post our hits and our pickups from shows and stuff. McCall, if you're going to that show in November, let me know, and we should definitely meet up and meet each other. That would be awesome. And let me know if there's any cards as well, the Yukimori cards that are from the newer generations, and I'll look through what I got, and they're yours if I got them. I would love to add to the collection, because I've had my friends add to my collection and just give me some easy to get common cards from newer sets and stuff. So I'd be happy to do that for you. That'd be fun. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. We will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, our standard stream time, streaming Subnautica 2. So I'm really excited. It's been super fun. I'm loving the game. We have a good grounding of what we're doing now, so I'm not totally lost like we were. But it'll be fun. I'm enjoying it. We'll have a good time. Saint Tour tonight. Great stream. Have a good night. Yes, Alfredo. Appreciate you all being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.